Boys, this guy looks like a literal creep.
You Donald, be quiet. This Rose fellow is still talking.
Yeah, Donald, he's introducing us to the world of Pokemon and Galar.
Yeah, whatever, Joe. But anyway, everyone, welcome to our new series. This is Pokemon Sword. We hope you'll enjoy it, so please remember to like and subscribe.
Yeah, and some of you may have noticed a change in Donald and Joe's voices. Well, it's because we've had to change the software we use to generate the AI sound, so we hope you all don't mind.
Yeah, that's why we may sound a little different, but anyway, we're still here making content and playing a new awesome game.
Yeah, that aside, here we go, boys. And this time Joe will be playing through this game. I just hope we don't have to send the Pokemon we use in this series to therapy like Obama's team in Pokemon Ultra.
Listen here, Donald, that was just one series where I played bad. And going forward, I don't want to hear any more comments about how bad or not I played through Ultra Sun, okay?
I won't play like that trash bag Donnie, don't worry. But anyway, Leon gave us an awesome intro, and now we can go visit our character for the first time.
Yeah, and as always, when we start a new series, Obama will be making comments on how hot our mom is, so how is she doing this time, Barry?
Sadly, Donald, this mom isn't as great as the others we've come across, and that includes the Pixel moms, too. I think we should make a tier list of hot Pokemon moms boys. It'll be a great video.
I absolutely think we should do that, Obama. What a great idea, and if Donald disagrees, then we can just ignore him.
Yeah, nice try, Joe, but I won't be sanctioning that. There is no way you even have time for that list since you're doing all the editing and scripting for this series.
Yeah, this series is going to be super fun, actually, so let's focus on this for now. And by the way, everyone, we already have our team for this series sorted, so we won't be taking suggestions this time, but feel free to let us know your favorite Galar Region Pokemon.
Okay, this is officially the dumbest house we've ever had to live in, boys. It's just a goddamn straight line, and I still can't find my way around it.
No, the worst thing is that god-awful backpack we have to lug around for this whole game. It's so ugly, holy hell. And it's also the color of a poo.
So are you, Barry, but you don't see anyone complaining LMFAO, but anyway, jokes aside, I do agree that backpack is utter trash looking. We gotta get a new one.
Could someone explain to me why this game got so much hate? Apart from the whole National Dex thing, it's not a bad game, and the graphics are amazing.
Yeah, this outside do be looking very zesty, boys. The colors and the general vibe is straight fire.
Yeah, and this sheep thing is trying to break through the gate there, Joseph. Are you gonna do anything about that?
That Pokemon is called Wooloo Donald, and it's such a cutie pie. I even have a plush of it, which I sleep with every night in the White House.
You know what, that literally doesn't surprise me at all, but anyway, we're here in Hop's house now. And sadly, his mom isn't a hottie either.
Not gonna lie, I thought that was a man for a second, but nope. It's his mom. And their house is literally the same as ours, but all reversed.
Yeah, well, that's called lazy designing, Donald, probably so they could get this game out as fast as possible. But anyway, boys, I need to head into town now so we can get our first Pokemon.
This British landscape is pretty accurate if you ask me, except seeing the sun out here is a bit unnatural, so that's my only complaint so far along with our mom being ugly.
Of course, that's your only real complaint, Barry, but check it out, boys. It's the champion Leon himself. And something I'd have liked to see in this game is a world tournament kind of deal like we have in Black and White 2.
Nah, I'm sorry, guys, but the real main issue with this game is that Charizard being like 3 feet tall. What the hell were they thinking with that one?
Okay, yeah, seeing Charizard be that small is actually mad, boys. There is no way a Charizard should be smaller than a trainer. I mean, Ash's one in the anime was like 7 feet tall, remember?
Okay, but if you both read the Pokedex information about Charizard, then you'd know his height is actually about that tall. They portray him way bigger in the anime for some reason when he's not actually that big.
All right, well, as far as I'm concerned, that's a sin, and whoever came up with this idea should be thrown into the sun. I cannot accept the fact that Charizard be that small, holy hell.
You can complain about this all you want to, but who are you to make a change this big Barry? And anyway, we're about to get to the most important part of this game, boys. We're going to be picking our starter Pokemon.
Yeah, and following our current trend of starter Pokemon choices, I think it's about time we picked a grass type, and this little one is actually one of my favorites, believe it or not.
Yeah, so as Donald just ruined for you all, we will be picking the grass type starter, which is something I wanted to surprise them all with, you fat oaf, but anyway, it is what it is.
There's only one reason why you'd both actually want to pick a grass-type starter, and this one especially, and it's obviously a jab at me, isn't it?
Obama, we literally have no idea what you're on about, but you better name it after him, Joe. But our choice still has nothing to do with you, LMAO.
Well, it clearly has everything to do with me, but I think I'll change the subject here real quick and give a shout out to a viewer who has been asking us for one for a month now.
Oh yeah, the shout out. But please don't beg for shout outs from us though. We will give you one though in episode 2 of this series to the person who can give us the best Pokemon fact they know.
Yeah, we did this before, so leave comments on your best facts, everyone. And here we are with our Grookey now, boys.
Yeah, we just celebrated getting our first Pokemon with a barbecue, which was cool to see. Usually as soon as we get our starter Pokemon, we sort of just leave and never come back home.
Oh yeah, and as usual, I will be making my phone calls to make sure that we have the best team possible in terms of the looks department. For those of you new around here, I only allow shiny Pokemon to be used in these playthroughs.
Yeah, our friend Donnie here is a simp for shiny Pokemon, and since this is all a meme anyway, we don't really care, so yeah, as usual, the team will be full of absolutely goated shiny Pokemon.
Usually I argue with him about that, but this time I've given up since he'll ignore me anyway. But here we go. Joe, the first real battle of this game, and we actually have the Pokemon which is super effective against our rival, which is a little strange.
I was thinking that too when he picked Sobble earlier, Barry, but I guess that's good for us, although when the hell did he have the time to catch this sheep?
Wooloo is utter garbage anyway, Donald, so if anything, it's just a time waster Pokemon in this first battle. Although I've never used one properly, so it could actually be pretty good, who knows.
I would laugh so much if that sheep ended up having higher stats than our monkey does when they get to level 100 or something, Joe. That would make Obama feel even worse, LMFAO.
I mean, I already feel bad enough with the name I just noticed you gave this Grookey, Donald. I mean, this Pokemon doesn't even look like a berry, you know?
Okay, GG to our rival. He better get used to losing because that's all he'll be throughout this playthrough. A big fat loser.
I mean, living in the shadow of the literal strongest trainer in the world must be bad enough, and then on top of that, he goes and loses his first battle to his friend. I would just give up if I was him.
Yeah, that would probably make me feel really bad too, let's be honest. He literally will always be a third-rate trainer. He can't beat his brother, and now he'll never be able to beat us unless Joe makes a mess of the battles.
Barry, I could redirect you to the 6-hour full movie I put together of you playing through Pokemon Ultra Sun, but acting like it was Grand Theft Auto with the murder spree you were on killing our own Pokemon.
Yeah, he's got you there, Obama. And now that footage will live for eternity on the internet for many thousands of people to see how bad you are at Pokemon battles.
Let's just forget I said anything, boys, and instead focus on one of the first new Galar Region Pokemon Joe has just encountered. This is the little squirrel dude, which I think is quite cute, actually.
Yeah, that was Scalvit, which is a really neat Pokemon, although here's a little fact. Squirrels in the UK used to be red, but our American gray ones kind of took over population-wise and wiped the red ones out, basically.
That's right, Joe. So as the British once took over our sacred lands, we have now done the same to them with the use of the gray squirrel.
That is literally the dumbest thing I've ever heard of, but whatever. And neither of you have even talked about where we are here.
Oh yeah, I can do that. So this place is called the Slumbering Weald, and I literally have no clue why it's called that, and I also have nothing more to say about this place either.
Imagine the kind of reviews Joe would leave for places he's visited on Yelp Obama. He'd be the guy to state the obvious and then give the place a 1-star rating.
Yeah, probably. Or he'd fall asleep at the place he was visiting and then complain about the lack of sleeping facilities. He'd do that to his dentist, I bet LMAO.
Joke's on you, Barry, my teeth are false. But anyway, did you two just hear that sound? It was the cry of a Pokemon, I swear.
Yeah, that was clearly the cry of the legendary Pokemon Joe. Also, what do you two think about the legendaries in this game, of which there are technically 3 if you include Eternatus?
From what I remember, Donald, the doggo Pokemons are pretty good in competitive play. I don't know much about Eternatus, though, since I've never really used it, but maybe the viewers can let us know if it's any good.
And speaking of the devil, here is one of them now. I can't remember the name of this one since they both basically have the same goddamn name, but I do know this one is the Sword Fellow.
Yeah, dumbass, because you're playing Pokemon Sword, so obviously it would be that. Plus, this one is my favorite out of the 2 anyway. The Shield one looks silly in my opinion.
And now, for some reason, we're challenging it to a battle, but none of our moves are even having an effect on it.
I doubt this is the actual Pokemon Donald. It's probably like a hallucination or something. I get many of those these days, actually.
I'm pretty sure you've had those ever since you were Fetus Joe LMFAO, but anyway, this whole part of the game basically introduces us to the legendary, which is a new thing since every other game makes a point to show off the box legendaries in some super amazing way.
Yeah, you make a good point there, Obama. I feel like the introduction to the legendary in this game was a bit underwhelming, to be honest.
And then, of course, Leon shows up right as we get taken out by the ghost doggo. A bit late there, bro, and this guy's meant to be the strongest trainer in the world.
He basically came over here to lecture us on how to be safe instead of saving us, but anyway, he's still probably one of my favorite champs, so I can't really complain. And do you two think we should use the legendary on our team, by the way?
Now, Obama, the team we have planned is already goated to hell, and I'm sure the viewers will love it. It'll probably be one of my favorite teams to which we will use.
All right, Donald, good shout. And also, that's probably the last time we'll see our mom again, too. And on that note, I think we should end the episode here, boys. We hope you enjoyed part 1 of our new series, everyone. So please remember to like and subscribe and consider joining our Patreon linked below if you want to help support the channel.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in, everyone. We aim to get as many episodes out as fast as possible, but also don't want to get burned out, so please bear with us. Yo, boys, look who's back. It's Jizzy Joe Biden. The most gangster person you'll all ever meet, so go like and subscribe if you want to be as cool as me.
Oh, great, and I thought this time he'd actually got rid of that ridiculous side, but here we are all over again, and he's actually playing the game too.
Okay, yeah, before all that, I see you actually went and got a shiny Grookey Donald. And we had lots of viewer suggestions telling us to try get the grassy surge ability. So that should be useful too, actually.
Yeah, so this little monkey dude should be able to help us beat this game, even though this game is so easy anyway.
Also, you two, I believe we have a shout out to give to a viewer who gave us the best Pokemon facts. So who is it for this episode?
Oh yeah, we'd like to shout out this person you can see on the screen right now. Turtwig was the first starter I picked in Gen 4. So I like this fact. And also Torterra is a goated Pokemon for sure.
Yeah, so thanks to Kansas City for that fact. Please leave us more facts in the comments if this video for the chance to get a shout out in the next episode, everyone.
Okay, so we've made it to the Pokemon lab now, boys. So well done, Jizzy Joe. Maybe you'll do better than normal Joe in this series.
Yeah, and here is one hot AF character in the series, boys. This is Sonia, and she's a solid 10 out of 10 in my eyes.
Keep your pants on, Obama. I think she's taken since I get the vibe that Sonia and Leon are a thing, maybe. At least it seems that way a little bit.
Maybe I should introduce myself to her. I bet I could steal her off Leon boys, don't you two think?
I highly, highly doubt that, Joe, you moron. She's obviously more into me than you. Why wouldn't she? I'm just such a cool guy and a really good and strong Pokemon trainer, too.
Yeah, wait till we show her your entire 6-hour playthrough of Pokemon Ultra Sun Barry. She'd reject you faster than Joe asking a 20-year-old on a date LMFAO.
Okay, I won't actually take offense to that because I'm Jizzy Joe today and not that other sleepy old fart. But anyway, I just got the Pokedex from that hot Gingeric boys, but now we have to go see some other professor.
Before that, Joe, we're getting introduced to the Pokemon centers. And I like the style of the ones in the Galar region, actually. You can even buy coffee on the left there, Joe.
This is a building I don't hope to spend much time in like you had to Obama in your last playthrough of Pokemon. I'm hoping Joe and Jizzy Joe have surpassed your level of skill.
Well, I didn't spend as much time with him as you did Donald in the Alola region, but I hope to make more of an appearance in this series since I'll be the one playing for once, which should be great fun.
Trust me, Jizzy Joe, we all had to go to therapy after Obama's playthrough, but let's forget about that horror now and make our way to see Professor Magnolia or whatever her name is.
Oh great, here we are getting another tutorial on how to catch Pokemon, boys. It's not like we've played through about 5 games now at least. And Leon here thinks we're noobs or something.
Yeah, and he didn't even attack the Wooloo to lower its health. He just threw the Pokeball at it and somehow magically caught it, which is mad.
Yeah, that was a bit weird and goes against everything we know about catching Pokemon. Actually, back in our day, you had to first lower the Pokemon's health or put a status condition on it.
Putting sleep as the status effect on a Pokemon is actually the best one to use, Obama. I played around with a Pokemon catch rate calculator like a nerd and found that out.
I'm sure I could have told you that without you having to mess around with a calculator first, Donald, but sure, whatever. I'm sure normal Joe would agree with that fact, though.
And talking of Joe, glad he's not here right now because we're having our first official trainer battle other than the one with Hop from earlier. And this one is against a youngster.
Yeah, and all he has is a stupid little squirrel again. I wonder if anyone actually used this Pokemon in a proper playthrough before.
Hey, I can't believe they went and changed the youngster's name in this game, boys. Instead of Joey, this guy's called Jake, which is a sin.
Yeah, wonder why they changed that. But anyway, that battle was a joke, like every battle on this route is going to be. And this one is against a lass who should be in school but isn't.
Okay, I do have a small complaint about Grassy Surge, boys. I like the ability a lot, and it makes sense, but it takes so long to activate that this battle would normally be over if we didn't have it.
It doesn't really matter, though, does it, Donald? Our Monkey Bay Berry here is super up, and nothing will stop him.
Well, you do realize the first gym is a grass-type one, Joe, so that battle could end up literally being a drag. We probably won't have anything super effective against grass by the time we get there, too.
As long as normal Joe isn't playing, then I'm sure we'll be fine, Obama. But here we are, battling the new first route bug-type Pokemon in the Game Boys, and it's called Blip Bug.
I think this guy's kind of cute. And plus, I really like him more because he's got that gold tint on him, just how I have a gold tint on myself right now.
Joe, you literally have the opposite of a tint on you, dumbass. You have like 5 gold chains on your neck at once, and somehow you're able to keep good posture with all that crap on, too.
As much as you like that bug, Joe, it's still a piece of garbage, just like how most bug-type Pokemon are, let's be honest.
They're not all bad, Donald. How about we ask our viewers to leave a comment letting us know which bug-type Pokemon they think is the strongest? That would be fun to see.
My vote would have to be with Genesect Joe. It's such a cool Pokemon to begin with, and having a cannon on its back makes it a literal badass, in my opinion.
Genesect is cool, Barry, but I think Scizor is such a cool Pokemon, although the real proper answer to your question, Joseph, is Arceus with the insect plate on him, LMAO.
I was waiting for that response from you, Donald, but anyway, boys, I just made it to Professor Magnolia's house, I think. And I was hoping she could become one of my groupies, but after looking at her, I'm out.
She needs that walking stick to basically hold herself up, Jizzy Joseph, so yeah, that's never going to happen, is it?
She's too busy doing research on Dynamax anyway, apparently. It seems that's the purpose of the professor in this region, although I think Professor Sycamore has the best research.
Agreed, Joe. He was researching Mega Evolution in Kalos, and he could be discovering new ones in Pokemon Legends Z. Remember, boys, and maybe Flygon will finally get that Mega Evolution it deserves.
All right, Jizzy Joe, looks like you got another battle to take part in to see if you're worthy of getting one of those Dynamax band things. And one thing I really like about all this is us not needing to go to a Pokemon Center to reuse Dynamax, unlike with terrestrializing.
I'm about to cream this guy again anyway, Barry. Watch me destroy him and his dumb sheep Pokemon and whatever else he's probably caught now.
Hop is one of the worst rivals in the entire series, I think, guys. Don't you all agree? He's never challenging, and his team is garbage at the end, too, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he has 3 Pokemon now, too, Joe. And we still only have our little monkey boy, and he'll still get destroyed, which would also make me want to give up if this ever happened to me.
I mean, it did kind of happen to you for a straight 6 hours, Obama LMFAO. But that aside, I wonder what his new Pokemon will be.
Here it is already being sent out, Donald. It's Rookidee, and this little guy is one of the fan favorites from this region, boys. We almost did actually plan to use one for this team, but sadly it won't be happening this time around.
Yeah, this guy is meant to be a Raven or something when it fully evolves, and it only has 1 evolution stage instead of 2 like most of the bird Pokemon in the series except Swellow.
Swellow needs more love too, since you brought him up, Joe. We made a poll a few weeks ago of everyone's favorite bird Pokemon, and Swellow came in dead last.
Agreed, Donald. Swellow is goated, but we all know Talonflame is probably one of the best bird Pokemon in the series. I also like Star, Raptor, and Pidgeot since it can Mega Evolve.
Okay, boys, I absolutely body this guy to hell and back, and he's still smiling. I guess that's some major positive vibes that he has going on.
All I can care about is getting out Dynamax Band, Joe. Plus, I bet you'd look extra dapper with that white band on your wrist. It'll match your suit, too.
Talking of clothes, I think we really need to visit a store and get rid of that ugly-ass backpack we have on and this silly red sweater, too. Plus, our trousers look ridiculous.
Well, if you want to get the better clothes, Joe, then you'll need to wait until we get a few more gym badges, since I think we unlock more clothes the further we progress into the game.
Hey, that meteor wishing star thing just fell out of the sky from somewhere. Isn't that what the professor uses to make our Dynamax Band 2, boys? I thought it came from Eternatus.
I don't even know much about Eternatus, to be honest, Donald. I just know he has 2 signature moves, and somehow he's stronger than Giratina Origin form.
Okay, Yeah, we saw a bunch of comments about that in the first episode of this series, and I find that utterly stupid. How the hell can Eternatus have a higher stat total than Giratina, who is literally the second Pokemon to exist ever?
Was he the second Pokemon created, though, Obama, really? I'm pretty sure Arceus created Dialga and Palkia first, since they represent time and space.
Yeah, but Giratina represents antimatter, although I'm not sure if that's the proper term for him, but either way, it makes sense for him to be second. And then the other two came next.
I don't really know what you two are on about, and I also don't give a shit either, and I think we're done here anyway, so it's time to leave.
Is that before or after we get another catching tutorial from Hop? First his brother, and now him LMFAO.
He was just explaining how you can sneak up on them and also move around them so they don't chase you, Joe. Something your other personality is very good at doing, but anyway, we need to head to Wedgehurst now.
Yeah, we're going to be finally leaving home and this whole area of the Galar region, and we're going to be going straight to the wild area, which is one of the newer features in this game.
Yeah, and then when Scarlet and Violet came out, the whole goddamn region basically became a wild area, which is actually something I really like about those games. It did make it feel more real.
I really don't like it when the Pokemon ambush you from the grass, though, Donald. Like this Yamper just chased me down and now I have to waste my life battling it.
Well, good you did, because that battle got us up to level 12, which is always good, but I do agree it can be annoying getting ambushed sometimes.
I'd like to say the next few episodes will be longer than the first two. It's just getting out of this first area took a while, and we have been busy in real life, so we hope you all understand.
Yeah, but we finally made it out that godforsaken wrote Donald and can finally get on board the train all the way to the wild area.
The wild area is huge, but we won't be able to access the whole place right now, if I remember correctly, Joe. We need to get more badges from the gyms, and then I think more things will unlock for us.
True, Obama, but they ripped off the Lake of Rage from Johto and called it the Lake of Outrage in this game, which I really don't like, but that's where we need to go catch the dragon type of this playthrough.
Oh God, our moms are solid 1 out of 10s in this game. What the hell happened? And are our fathers still in that Pokemon war or what?
I did make that observation in the first episode about our mom's Joe. And I still have no idea why we don't have fathers in this game. Surely we should, since we did in Gen 3.
And here we go, the adventure begins, boys. This is where the fun begins, but how about we close this episode for now? We hope you enjoyed it, so please remember to like and subscribe.
Yeah, in part 3, we'll be exploring the wild area, and we may or may not have our second Pokemon for this playthrough, so make sure you all stay tuned for that. And if you want to help support the channel, then consider becoming a member.
I prefer you playing instead of normal Joe, by the way. Maybe we could just keep Jizzy Joe around, don't you think, Donald?
I don't like either of them, but I guess Jizzy Joe is the lesser of two evils, LMFAO.
Okay, boys, what if I told you the area we're about to go in is why this game is so hated?
Well, that's obviously not entirely true, Joe, but yeah, the trees in the wild area do be looking a bit off. But anyway, welcome back everyone to part 3 of Joe's Galar Region journey. Please remember to like the video and subscribe.
And check out the newest member for our team, boys. This is Larvitar, who I've named Obsidian.
Donald, why the hell did you get this Pokemon for our team when it's not even a Galar Region Pokemon? It's from Gen 2.
Because, Barry, we've never had the chance to use this Pokemon, plus Tyranitar is goated to hell, and furthermore, Joe needs all the help he can get. So what's the issue, really?
Hey, I'm all for it, so stop ruining this for me, Obama. Tyranitar is one of my all-time favorite Pokemon too, and Johto was the first region we visited when we started our channel.
Okay, well, I'm sure everyone else will love to see shiny Tyranitar when it's fully evolved, and check it out, boys. The solid 10 Sonia is back on our screens, and she looks even more gorgeous.
Yes, she do be looking very solid, Obama, like something else, but anyway, we're about to venture into the wild area for the first time, Joe, so be careful.
Yeah, but the Pokemon in the beginning areas will be weak as hell, remember Donald, so I don't think I have anything to worry about right now, although we need to do a Dynamax battle for sure.
Yeah, Joe, you need to find a max raid den in here. There's a bunch of them dotted around, so they should be easy enough to find.
I was hoping to see more Pokemon walking around, but looks like we really have nothing to worry about here.
Okay, this is the den we'll be heading into first, boys. I have no idea how this will go or how strong the Pokemon inside the den will be, but oh well.
Okay. And we can actually invite friends in our friends list to join us, but since Joe has no friends, I guess we'll be battling with some random AI.
Wow, this is a battle against a stupid bug thing. I was hoping for a Gigantamax Zekrom or something in here, but all we get is this shit.
Were you actually expecting to find Zekrom in here, Joe? In a level 10 raid den? You really have lost the plot now, haven't you, dumbass?
And this is going to be a disaster, I can already tell. We have nothing useful against this thing, and if you had been smart and chosen Score Bunny instead of the stupid monkey, we'd then have a better chance.
Okay, yeah, this was maybe a mistake. We just got nuked by some mud attack by a bug. And now Obsidian is dead.
Joe, what the hell are you doing, man? Now we can't even send out another Pokemon and just have to stand on the side like a little peasant cheering the other morons on.
Yeah, this was a really big mistake, Joe. Maybe we should have come back later with stronger Pokemon, or you should have let me and Donald have a go.
Look how stupid we look, Joe. And it's all because of you. You have made us look like a fool standing on the sidelines when we're meant to be the Pokemon champion.
Well, the other three here are barely doing anything to help the situation, so I wouldn't say this is entirely my fault, boys. How about we give the shout out to one of our viewers instead?
All right, fine. And the shout out for this video goes to the viewer you can all see on the screen right now. It's cool to know about Haxorus being the first Gen 5 Pokemon that was created, and something we didn't know either.
Yeah, and that same viewer pointed out how Corvid Knight has 3 evolution stages, not 2 like Joe said it did in the last episode, The Idiot.
Yeah, that was my bad, but I don't really know much about this gen. I don't even know the number this gen is either, so yeah.
Okay, well, in other news, this battle is somehow still going on even though we're back in it, but please post more comments about Pokemon facts for the chance to get a shout out in the next video.
Oh my god, finally, this stupid battle is over, and please never enter another den until you're ready, Joe. This was such a waste of time and an embarrassment, too.
Okay, but did you see the amount of candies we got from Donald? I can use them to level up our team now, which should help us with the next battle.
Joe, you better not waste those candies on something stupid. And also, holy hell, you just found a female combi too. Those are super rare, Joe.
Yeah, it's cool and all, but has anyone actually ever used a Vespiquen? I mean, probably not. And also, there should be a Vespiking too. Kings are just better than queens.
Queens are the most powerful piece in chess, Donald. And also, there's only queen bees too, not king ones.
And I should care about all that because of what exactly? Anyway, my point still stands, and I'm sure there is someone who will agree with me, although Vespiquen is not bad actually, if I'm being honest.
Boys, I keep finding these Watt things and I have no idea what they're for or how I should use them. Does anyone have any ideas?
I have no idea, Joe, but I'm sure a kind viewer will let us know how those Watt things work. You keep finding, but I doubt it's important, to be honest.
Yeah, it's probably not important, Joseph, and look, we actually made it to the first major city of this game too, boys. This is also where our first gym battle will be, isn't it?
Actually, Donald, I think this is where the fire gym leader fellow is going to be based. The first gym in this game is actually a grass type, which we have nothing good against.
Grass is like the little peasant typing no Obama. Just watch me slay that gym leader, whoever he is.
This city has the industrial Victorian kind of style vibes, don't you both think? I do be liking how this place looks and feels a lot. Maybe we'll see Jack the Ripper here, LMAO.
I hope not, Donald, but we have run into the hot goddess again, Sonia. She makes me very thirsty, if it was already apparent. But anyway, I'd like to have a conversation about how the gym leaders in the Galar region are like the least memorable ever.
Hey, that's a very good point, Obama. The gym leaders in this region barely got any screen time in the anime except like Bee and Alistair, but the others just got ditched, kinda.
Don't forget Ryan too, though, Joe. That guy is said to be as strong as Leon almost, which means he's probably stronger than every other champion too.
I think a battle of Raihan versus Volkner would be super cool to watch, boys, don't you think? I mean, Volkner was so strong that it made him bored and depressed.
I think that's his fault, though, for not pushing himself. I mean, he could have gone off to find some stronger trainers to battle because there's always someone stronger, remember.
True, he could have. Joe and Volkner did say if he beat us in Gen 4, then he'd leave the gym and go take on the Elite Four, which I bet he could have beaten as well, actually.
Hey, Leon just gave us a pretty neat item, Joe, so you should stick that on Grookey. That Miracle Seed boosts the power of grass-type moves, although it won't be useful until we battle Nessa, who's the water-type leader.
Oh, hey, Joe, this is the part of the game where we get our gym challenge outfit and we get to choose what number we want on the back of it.
Oh, if that's the case, then I have the perfect number. Hee hee hee. You guys will absolutely love this.
Oh, for the love of God, Joe, don't put 69 on our shirt and then knowing our luck will get canceled for it.
Hey, I did think about that for a little bit, Obama, but decided against it, so instead you can see what number I'll put on our shirt.
I bet it will still be something stupid, but either way, let's see this then, Joe. And I like the fact that in this game, it's like we're not the only ones taking on the gyms, but lots of other people are too.
Okay, Joe, you have gone and picked the number 81. I have no idea what that's a reference to. So is it your IQ or something?
Yeah, very funny, Obama, but no, I'm not even going to tell you what it's a reference to so people can comment below if they want. And I want to see if anyone knows. It's not even a big deal anyway.
Another good thing about this is we get to stay in the fanciest hotels for free, Joe, because you're taking part in the gym challenge.
You say that, Donald, but the one we're about to stay in here is called the Voodoo Inn. Now, what kind of trash name is that for a 5-star establishment?
True, Joe, they could have called this place the Arceus Inn or the Dialga Inn. That would be much more fitting for such a luxurious place, but instead they go with Voodoo.
Hey, Obama, here's another chance for you to start sipping out again since Sonia has showed up, and she's going on about some boring history crap to do with the Galar Region.
She's talking about the legend of the Sword and Shield Donald, which everyone seems to think is a person, but it's clearly a Pokemon. I mean, they goddamn thing is the box art on the front of the game.
Obama, you moron, they can't see the box art, can they? They don't even know this is all a simulation as well. But more importantly than all that, this is our first introduction to the evil team in this game, boys.
And wow, we're jumping right into a battle with them too. So everyone, this is Team Yell, and basically I have no idea what the point of them even is. It's like Game Freak just came up with this team because they need to have a team in every game.
Yeah, you're probably right about that, Joseph, and I think since Gen 5, every team after that has just gotten worse and worse. Team Plasma was the last team where you felt they were actually evil and could do some real damage.
Yeah, Getsus was just downright evil. Remember in the Ultra Sun Post game, he just literally beat up Lily and pushed her over. That was child abuse as far as I'm concerned.
Hey, this Larvitar little dude is so awesome, Donald. Thanks for adding him to our team. So far, he's one-shotting everything, although is he even supposed to have this move yet?
Joe, stop getting caught up in the details and just enjoy the damn Pokemon, will you please? When it's fully evolved, our little Larvitar is going to be one of the MVPs, that's for sure.
For God's sake, how many of these battles is there even going to be boys? It's like these guys never end and just keep appearing to battle us, and I don't even know why.
They're doing all this nonsense to try stall us from participating Obama so their leader can win. I think her name is Marnie, and she's not even bad, to be honest. At least in the anime, she wasn't.
Yeah, Marty is pretty chill, not gonna lie. And her brother is that dark-type gym leader, which I think we'll be encountering later on, boys. Pierce or something is his name, I think.
Yeah, he's pretty neat, too. Got nothing bad to say about him, and his team is quite solid as well, although there isn't many dark-type gym leaders in the series, is there?
If that's the case, Obama, then I think you should become a dark-type leader. You would be very good at it, LMFAO.
Shots fired right there by Donald LMFAO. But anyway, I think that's all those Team Yell grunts beat for now, I hope anyway. I wonder if they'll be doing anything evil like a proper team.
I'm going to pretend I didn't hear any of that, YouTube, but yeah, for now, Joe. That's Team Yell dealt with, and even Marnie showed up in the end to see what all the fuss was about.
This Pokemon game really takes a long time for us to actually start battling, doesn't it, boys? I mean, take Gen 4, for example. By this point, we'd probably already be in Eterna City and beaten the gym there, too.
Yeah, and in those games, I wasn't getting as lost as I am now, but I'm also not really reading the dialogue boxes properly, am I?
Well, in your defense, Joe, I think this game can be a little confusing on where to go sometimes, but they make up for that with some of the easiest battles ever. I mean, even the battle tower at the end of the game is a joke.
Okay, Joe, now all the drama has been dealt with in this dumb hotel. We can head straight to the stadium and start the inauguration of the Battle Gym Challenge.
Okay, fine, but we're still not actually having a gym battle yet, remember. I don't even care about some stupid inauguration. I already have to attend a bunch of those as president.
Hey, Joe, when we start visiting the other stadiums, you'll see a human Pokeball guy just standing about, and if you talk to him, you'll get super rare balls.
Okay, we're about to change into our Gym Challenge outfit, Joe, and look, they even zoomed in on your stupid 81 on the back of your shirt. And I still don't know what that means.
Yeah, and you probably never will, but hey, look, it's that Rose fellow again, boys, and his assistant person. I guess since he's the chairman, he's going to be funding everything.
Yeah, but I bet I'm still richer than he is, Joe. And I have a better hairstyle, but you guys will probably say something like how that's debatable.
Yeah, that is very debatable, Donald, but either way, you aren't imprisoning a legendary Pokemon in your basement like this psychopath is. So I'd say Rose is a lot worse than you are.
Hey, look, all the gym leaders of this place are getting a really cool Avengers-style entrance, whilst all I get is a stupid white t-shirt with my age on the back of it.
So that's what that number means, Joe? It's your stupid age, seriously? Well, I think that being your IQ suits you a lot better, LMRO.
I literally can't remember half these guys' names except that hot one and Royan, and then there's Opal, who is, how should we say, a little eccentric.
Opal is a real G, Donald. She's like the gangster of all gangsters, and she also loves the color pink, too.
Actually, her favorite color is purple, but sure, whatever. Anyway, look, you also got your Avengers-style entrance too, Joe, so you should be happy now, right?
I would hardly call that an entrance, Obama. It was like 5 seconds long, and we didn't even get an introduction like all the gym leaders did, which is a bit rude.
Well, that's because we're a nobody right now, Donald, and we need to work hard and beat all the gyms so that we can become a somebody, isn't it?
That's one way to put it, Joe, and look, that Rose dude even spoke to us directly. He must be impressed since we have Leon vouching for us or something like that, I guess.
Okay, well, with that, boys, our gym challenge has officially started, hasn't it? And we can now head towards Tuffield or whatever that town is called where the first gym leader is located.
Yeah, so this map follows a clock kind of, so we're basically going to be heading clockwise all the way around the area and battle each gym as they come.
And another cool thing is we get to use Fly right off the bat in this game, boys. And it's not even a HM anymore either. We basically have taxis which are flown about by that Corviknight Pokemon.
Yeah, that sure does make traveling more bearable, although this map is rather big compared to the other regions, I think, so it only makes sense for them to let us use Fly right now.
And before we end this episode, boys, it looks like Hop wants to get more depressed and lose another Pokemon battle for some reason. I mean, I don't know why he still hasn't given up yet, the fool.
Well, our team and his one are basically the same level, so this should be close, although I think we have the stronger Pokemon overall. Plus, them being shiny makes them stronger in my eyes.
The fact that he still insists on using the sheep and thinks he'll beat Leon with it makes no sense. Although I remember in the anime, Sonya said Hop had an illness or something, so maybe it messed with his head.
Yeah, Donald, I think you should stop right there with those comments before you offend someone. But anyway, he's still trash and gonna lose.
With his current team, yeah, for sure. I can't remember if he'll use any pseudo-legends or not, but I think he does end up using the other legendary by the end of the game, Joe.
He can use a goddamn Palkia for all I care, Obama. He's still gonna lose to me.
Well, if he had Palkia right now, Joe, then I think we'd be in trouble, although saying that, Grookey would still be super effective against it, which is quite funny.
Look, he's going on about how we've mastered type matchups again like we're some sort of idiot. I mean, even Joe knows all the type matchups now, don't you, Joe?
Well, I always forget what's strong and weak against poison for some reason, and the same goes for fairy typing too, and dark as well. Those are ones which I can't usually remember the top off my head.
That's a little embarrassing at this point of our channel being established and everything, Joe. But anyway, Hop only has one more Pokemon left, thank God.
And it's still his little Rookie D Pokemon. Nothing threatening, I guess, but I would have thought he'd have at least one Pokemon that would be evolved right now.
I bet he'll have his little Sobble evolve the next time we meet him, Obama, which will probably be after the first gym or something.
Yeah, maybe Joe. Also, this ability is really getting on my nerves now too, for real. It heals the opponent up as well, which is just stupid. I think it should only heal up grass-type Pokemon. I mean, this ability would even heal up fire types, which is messed up.
Well, it seems the ability only activated for about 3 to 5 turns, Obama, and then it wears off, which is probably why it heals up both sides of the team.
Doesn't make a difference to me, boys. This guy got destroyed yet again to the surprise of absolutely no one, so yeah, GG to him.
And on that note, I think it's time to wrap up the episode, everyone. Thank you so much for watching, and see you all in part 4.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. If you want to help support our work, then consider becoming a member of the channel or join our Patreon link below. It really helps us to keep making content for you all.
Yeah, and in part 4, I guess we'll be making our way to the first gym and taking it on, so stay tuned for that, my beautiful people. Well, everyone, I have some amazing news for you all today, but welcome to the new episode. We hope you enjoy it.
I wasn't aware we have any news today, Joe, unless you're just dropping this on us last minute. I don't even remember Obama mentioning anything about this either.
Yeah, I have no idea what news we have to share with the viewers or anyone else for that matter, but I would like to remind everyone to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already, as it really helps us out.
Okay, then, Joe, what's this so-called news you have to share with everyone?
I will tell you all later, as it's a super duper huge surprise. But first of all, we need to hurry our ass up and get to the first gym.
Wow, you can't leave us hanging like that, Joe, but fine, we will wait if you're going to make us. And yeah, that is also true about the first gym. You need to take it on in this episode.
I guarantee the dumbass has forgotten what he was going to tell us, or it's just going to be some useless piece of information.
Well, I'd like to talk about the reception we got from showing off our little Larvitar in the last episode, boys. Everyone loves seeing this little fella, and they can't wait for him to become a Tyranitar either.
Yeah, I mean, he is the OG Godzilla Pokemon, Joe, and everyone loves him too. I don't know a single person who hates Tyranitar. Plus, it's always good to show the Gen 2 Pokemon some love.
And it was all thanks to yours truly that he's a member of this super awesome team. And you know, I think the team we're planning on using in this game is probably going to be one of the strongest ones we've ever used too.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me, Donald. Although I don't think it will be the actual strongest. I mean, in our Pokemon Platinum playthrough, you decided to use Arceus, and there is nothing technically stronger than him.
That's true, Joe, and then in our Omega Ruby playthrough, we used Mega Rayquaza in the end, which absolutely destroyed everything that came its way.
Yeah, but those are just single Pokemon, boys. I'm talking about our team as a whole being the strongest, which I think this one has the potential to be.
Well, we won't be using the Legendary in this game, Donald, unlike some of the other playthroughs we've done where we have used them, especially the goated ones like Giratina.
Okay, this trainer took way longer than it should have to beat. I think our team needs a lot of training, actually, boys, before we battle the first gym. I mean, Larvitar's weak to grass, remember.
Nah, Joe, don't worry, you'll be fine. Just make sure to use healing items if you need them, unlike our resident moron here being Obama, who didn't do anything useful in Ultra Sun.
Sorry, Donald, I didn't hear anything you just said. I was too busy staring at the goddess on our screen right now. I swear, every time she appears, she becomes even more gorgeous.
I bet you make Michael feel very sad with the way you talk about Sonia Berry LMFAO. I wonder if she knows about this.
She doesn't even watch our videos, to be honest, Joe, so I have nothing to worry about right now.
Oh, now we have something to use against you, Obama LMAO. If at any point you piss me or Joe off, then we'll have to speed dial Michael and make sure she knows you're in love with some polygons in the shape of a person.
Go ahead, Donald. I made sure you were blocked on her phone after you sent voice recordings of yourself to her breathing heavily that one time.
Hey, that was a butt dial. I told you that, so stop spreading misinformation, bro. Anyway, check it out, boys. We've made it to this tunnel thing, which I suppose is meant to be a cave.
Yeah, this place is full of rock types, which means our Obama monkey Pokemon will actually do pretty well here, Donald LMFAO.
Yeah, still don't appreciate that sentiment, but what I do like about this place is that Rockfire Coal Pokemon thing rolling around on the railway tracks. It's a neat little detail they've added in, don't you all think?
What I think is, how the hell do these minor girls look like goddamn supermodels? I mean, look at this lovely lady here, boys. She's almost on Sonia's level.
You're right, Donald. She's so hot, and then she uses a Diglett as her Pokemon, which is so dumb, but anyway, she will still lose.
I think now would be a good time to shout out the viewer who gave us the best fact from the last episode, so here they are, everyone.
Yeah, thank you to Ben Onion 1337 for this fact about obtaining Larvitar and a Jangmo-O in the wild area. We never actually used a Como-O before, but would love to one day.
Yeah, so comment more facts, everyone, and if you can make them specifically about the Galar region, then you'll have a better chance of getting a shout out in the next episode.
Wow, Joe, this Drillbur is really giving you a lot of grief, isn't it, LMAO? I thought you said battling in here would be easy, but turns out you are in fact garbage.
Barry, shut the hell up, bro. You have no right to talk. And I'm not struggling either, but our team is dead-ass weak as hell right now.
If this thing was evolved and we were battling an Excadrill, then yeah, I'd understand, but this is a weak mole thing, Joe, and you can't even beat it.
Hey, I'm slowly withering its health down, Donald, so instead of complaining about my battle strats, why don't you talk about something useful instead?
Okay, wow, you finally beat the thing, but yeah, how about we talk about that Bede fellow? What do you all think of him?
I don't know Obama. Personally, I think he's super stuck up and arrogant, kind of like me, which is not acceptable, as there can only be one person like me, and that's me.
Wow. Yeah, I forgot about your planet-sized ego, Donald, but speak of the devil boys. It's the main man himself, Bede.
Yeah, it's Bede, and he obviously wants you to battle him to see how strong he is and inflate his ego even more as well. You better not lose against him, Joe.
Look, he thinks he's so cool holding that great ball and flaunting it about guys. Joke's on him, though, because all our Pokemon are in luxury balls, which we all know is the best ball to have.
Well, he's actually leading off with a solid Pokemon to begin with, Donald, so I think he deserves some credit. He's using Solosis, which I remember us using in one of our Gen 5 playthroughs at one point, and it was goated.
Yeah, it's too goated because it might actually end up killing us, Barry. But this little gummy bear ball thing is super cute, and we love it.
Oh, wow, he has both the Gen 5 psychic types, it seems. Now he's sending out a Gothita, which I think is the worst out of them both.
Yeah, I agree. Donald Gothita is the worst out of them both, but I'm sure we'll get some comments now telling us to shut the hell up and leave Gothita alone. LMFAO.
Oh yeah, I did see lots of comments from the viewers letting us know that those Watt things we found in the wild area are used for buying stuff from the vendors dotted around the area, so thank you for letting us know about that.
Okay, but you still haven't told us what we can actually buy yet, Joe. Is it like technical machines or new battle items or what?
Yeah, basically that kind of stuff, Donald. Battle items and technical machines, although they're called TR items in this game for some reason.
How about we focus on beating this stupid little nugget thing, Joe? You still haven't even got close to winning this battle, and we have one more Pokemon to deal with as well.
Yeah, to be fair, this guy is only using psychic types basically, and we have Larvitar, who is a dark type, but right now he's pretty trash, not gonna lie, boys.
The thing with Larvitar is because it's a pseudo-legendary Donald. It takes ages to evolve, and I wouldn't be surprised if it ends up being the last Pokemon on our team to fully evolve as well.
Well, we will be using a Dragapult too, Joe, which I think has an even higher level to reach before it's fully evolved. That's the only downside of pseudo-legends in my opinion, but I think that trade-off is worth it.
Wow, finally Joseph has beaten this little pink goon, and talking of evolution, I think we reached the right level for Grookey to evolve into its second stage, boys.
Hey, yeah, you should be the happiest Obama. You're finally evolving from basic monk to middle stage monk. How about giving us a nice grin to show how happy you are?
Or how about I give you a nice smack on your crusty old face, Joe, to show how much of a dick you're still being, bro.
Well, this might make you feel better, Barry, because I think the end of this cave system is just there now, which means Joe can finally get ready to take on the first gym leader in Galar.
I was doing some research on him, and I'm feeling even less confident about this battle, boys. The thing about the Galar region is the gym leaders didn't unlock Mega Evolution until like the 4th gym, but here they get Dynamax right off the bat.
Well, yeah, but it's balanced, Joe, because you also get to use Dynamax, so stop being a little girl and crying about the first battle and just get your ass there and get it done.
Oh yeah, we will need to come back to that patch of grass later, Joe, because you can catch Eevee in there, and we need one for this playthrough.
Yeah, I'm still anxious about this battle, Donald, to worry about that right now. So how about you deal with it later instead, since you'll get a shiny one anyway?
Yeah, let him focus on this gym battle first, Donald. It's also the first one of this game, so I would rather he win on his first try and then worry about Eevee after. But what evolution are you planning on using anyway?
That is going to have to be a big surprise, Obama, but all will be revealed in the next couple of episodes, I assume. Anyway, the guy we ran into here is the gym leader, Joe. And he looks like a 4 years drawing.
Yeah, he literally does look like a 4-year-old draw him, and he didn't even have a nose, for God's sake. He just had spots where his nose should be, which means this guy's a mouth breather.
And he's probably going to destroy us now you've gone and insulted him, Joe. But a thing with this game is you can't just go battle the gym leader. We first have to do a puzzle, if I remember correctly.
Actually, Obama, before we even head to the gym, we have to follow this stupid Yamper. And I feel like this Pokemon and Fido from Gen 9 are pretty much the same Pokemon you know.
Oh yeah, I forgot Sonia has a Yamper, so I guess this one was hers. You can't insult it now, Donald, because it's Sonia's and we worship her, remember?
Hey, look, someone sketched a drawing of Joe in the ground over there, Barry LMFAO. And they even gave him a tail too.
So funny, Donald, but I'm not that old, just FYI. And we're here to investigate it too, because it's part of the Galar Region mythology, I guess, but no one has a clue what it means.
Well, technically speaking, Obama and myself do know what it means, Joe, since we've played this before. So we could drop the spoiler bomb on you if you like.
Yeah, those aren't the type of bombs Obama usually drops, is it, Donald? But anyway, I can finally head into the gym now, boys, and take it on. And this guy is about to feel the power of my Pokemon in their noses.
Yeah, that is a bit weird, actually, Joe. You make a good point. Even our Pokemon have a nose, but this human fellow doesn't. I bet he snores too in his sleep.
Hey, Joe, you ran past the Pokeball guy. Remember I told you about them? They give out free rare balls if you talk to them at every gym, so don't forget to do that.
Oh yeah, we asked you all to guess what the 81 on Joe's shirt means in this game. And it's because at the time of this recording, he's currently 81 years young, the old boy.
Okay, you two, time to focus. I've made it into the gym, and it seems our first puzzle here is to herd all the Wooloo into the fences to move on to the next section.
Well, this should be interesting with your arthritis hands and fingers, Joe. This puzzle requires quick movements and methodical thinking, none of which you have.
Oh yeah, what was that then, Donald? I just herded all those Wooloo into that fence faster than I herded youngster Joey into
Okay, for the love of God, don't finish that sentence, Joseph, and get on with the next puzzle, please, holy hell.
Yeah, anyway, I'll pretend that never happened and instead compliment you, Joe, for doing so amazing in this puzzle.
Yeah, change the subject, Donald, LMAO. And now we have our first trainer battle in here, boys, and I take it these guys are supposed to be taking part in this puzzle too.
Yeah, they're taking part in the gym challenge battles as a whole, Joe, and if you beat them, then I guess they're knocked out of the competition and won't get to battle the gym leader.
Okay, this is going to end real bad, Joe. The trainers in here are already higher level than us, and on top of that, they have super effective moves against us too, so we're going to lose big time.
Nah, Donald, cut it out with the negative vibes, bro. I shall go this, plus Barry gave me a prep talk too. Obsidian and the monkey will carry us.
Joe, you're literally using tackle, which is like the weakest move ever to get us through this gym. How is this going to end well? I take back my pep talk, or whatever it was I said earlier.
Yeah, Joe, sorry, but using tackle in here is a big mistake, dude. We should have caught one of those fire-type Pokemon from earlier that resemble the Coles.
No, Donald, we won't be making this easier for ourselves. And anyway, I can use the old switcheroo strat to swap one Pokemon out if the other is about to die.
Okay, I skipped ahead for you, Joe, because this stupid puzzle was taking your old ancient brain way too long to finish. But anyway, we've made it to the end, boys. So now it's time to take on the gym leader.
Yeah, and I really have low expectations for this, but Joe seems to have a lot of confidence, which I guess is a good thing for now.
Trust me, Donald, this will go exactly as I see it going in my head. Plus, I have some items we could use in case things go south, but I doubt they will.
All right, well, here we go, boys. The battle against the grass-type leader in the Galar region, and I didn't pay attention to his name, so I have no clue who we're battling.
Okay, well, his first Pokemon is a Gossifleur, which I think is quite cute, to be honest, but I doubt it's the strongest grass type we will encounter here.
All right, our ability just activated, but I think he's going to get the better use of it since his team is higher level than us boys. Now, my confidence feels shattered.
Hey, Double Hit did a solid amount of damage, actually, Joe, so that move might be the way to go if you want a good strat. Although we're walking on eggshells here, to be honest.
The issue here is he can also restore his health with our ability Obama, so we could be dragging this whole battle out.
Yeah, but if you look at the amount of damage he's doing to us, it's not actually that much. You know, Donald, I think this is actually going to go well for us.
Well, I'm going to spam double hit this entire battle, and then off screen, Donald, you're going to catch that EV and also train our team up since I'm recording and editing these videos.
All right, buddy, you have yourself a deal, and well done, too, for beating the first Pokemon. Now on to his final one, which will Dynamax.
We can Dynamax too, though, Joe, so don't forget to do that, you old fossil. But hey, our Larvitar just learned the move for Rock Slide, which should be helpful later on, but absolutely useless right now.
Okay, this fellow's final Pokemon is Eldegoss, which I guess is the final evolution of the first Pokemon he used, and it looks like a cute little floofy ball.
This floofy ball, as you put it, Joe, is about to get boosted drastically now, so get ready for this. If our monkey goes down, then we have lost, because there's no way Larvitar will survive against this thing.
Okay, wow, yeah, GG Joe, Double Hit is now doing crap against this guy, and when we Dynamax, our moves will still be garbage.
Yeah, but don't forget that we can resist his grass-type moves Obama, since we are also grass, remember.
Yeah, clearly, Joe. That Overgrow attack almost did half damage to us, you fool. So now you better Dynamax too if you want to have any chance of winning this battle.
I doubt our moves will even do anything like the amount of damage he did to us just now, though, Donald. I say we just start saying our prayers or something.
Okay, boys, here we go going big. I must say, actually, that Dynamax is pretty cool, and unlike Mega Evolution, all the Pokemon can Dynamax, which kind of evens the playing field a little bit.
True, Joe, but we still did barely anything to this white cotton ball. And it's only 3 levels higher than us, too, which is just cracked.
Wow, yeah, we're getting bodied here, Joe. I hope you have some plan in mind for this, because I have no idea what to suggest to you, bro.
Well, if you both don't know what to do, then I'm in trouble, I think. And Barry is the only thing able to stand up to the cotton ball. Donald's right.
I mean, something you could do, Joe, is spam Growl and then hope for the best, because there is literally nothing else you can do right now to deal with this thing.
Growl won't make a difference, Donald, since it will only take one grass-type move to wipe out Larvitar.
Yeah, he has a point. Donald Growl won't make much of a difference at this point. Maybe if he has used it in the beginning, it would have been a better strat. Although we can all take blame for not suggesting that to you earlier, Joe.
Wow, you two are being extra nice to me today, especially during this battle, and that makes me super happy, boys.
Yeah, don't hold your breath, Joe, but hey, look, the Eldegoss has gone back to being small, which means we're also only one turn away from that happening to us, too.
Okay, so even when it's small, the little shit still somehow does so much damage to us. Holy hell. I think we're gonna get wrecked.
And yeah, we're about to go back to normal size. I think I'm just going to spam our strongest attack and hope for the best at this point, boys.
I mean, let's be honest, there's nothing else you can really do at this point, Joe, so yeah, go for it. And in the meantime, I want to know which evolution you're going to pick, so will you please tell me?
Wow, we're actually going to lose, aren't we, unless Larvitar somehow comes in clutch for us. And yeah, Obama, we can't tell you which Eve we're going to use because it's a surprise.
Okay, boys, I might have to actually drag this out and use some super potions which we picked up earlier, although I only have 2 left now.
Yeah, Joe, I think you should have just let us die so we could end this misery. You literally wasted a super potion on this Pokemon, which was a waste of everyone's time.
Well, in other news, I can tell you that we will be using the best Eevee type, actually Obama, only because its shiny is the best, which should be the biggest clue to which one we're using.
Yeah, Donald, how about you stop giving away information like that and ruining the surprise for everyone? You need to find another topic to talk about.
Well, I could talk about how much of an embarrassment you're being right now, Joe, but then you'd start having a meltdown.
Hey, the battle isn't actually over yet, Donald, which means we still have a chance to win in my eyes.
Go get your eyes tested then, Joe, because you have definitely lost this, and there's no way you're gonna win. Sorry, dude.
This stupid grass type hasn't even been using grass type moves. The cotton ball has basically been spamming around this entire time.
Okay, yeah, we're in trouble, boys. Obsidian has like 5 health points left, and I can't see this battle ending well, and it was our first one, too.
So basically what this has shown everyone is the fact that using shiny Pokemon doesn't mean we're always gonna win, isn't it, Donald?
Hey, don't bring me into this, Barry. Joe's the one playing, remember, and all I did was bring home the Pokemon to use, both of which are actually strong when an imbecile isn't the one using them.
Okay, well, on that depressing note, thank you for watching, everyone. Please remember to like and subscribe, and next time I'll be back with a stronger team.
Seriously, what an idiot you have been today, Joseph.
All right, boys, look who's back. I heard from my other persona that I lost the first gym battle, so Jizzy Joe Biden is here to beat this sheep man to a pulp. Also, like and subscribe, everyone.
Oh, great, that so-called gangster rapper is back, everyone. Well, Jizzy Joe, you're right. Your other personality royally messed up our first gym battle, so I hope you do better.
Yeah, we shall see how this goes, boys. Anyway, Donald, I hope you also managed to get that new Pokemon we talked about in the last episode. It's actually a special Pokemon one of our members wanted.
Well, Barry, you'll have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, I think most people already guessed who it would be, but we still won't be giving it away just yet.
Wow, so you guys actually lost to this fool. He doesn't even have a nose, and also you couldn't put your 3 dumbass brains together to come up with a proper strat to beat this guy?
Well, technically, Joe, you were also involved in this battle too, and you're the biggest dumbass out of us all, so yeah, bro, don't blame Donald and myself.
You better watch your mouth, you banana head. I'll make sure to rename you Prime Ape if you keep that sass up with me.
All right, Jizzy Joe, let's see how well this battle goes now. What plan or strategy do you have in mind to deal with this guy?
Well, we did some training off screen to get our team a little higher level because this guy's Dynamax Pokemon destroyed us apparently, and also using a Larvitar in this place was not a big brain move.
Well, there's only 2 gyms where using Larvitar is bad idea, Joe, and that's this one we're in right now, and then Nessa's one, which is the water-type gym.
Yeah, true, Obama. But back to this battle, Jizzy Joe. This guy likes to use normal-type moves more than he does grass-type ones, so keep that in mind.
No worries, Big D. This first Pokemon is already dead thanks to us being level 24 now and using double hit, which can hit twice because it's called double hit.
Wow, no shit, Joe, you fool. But anyway, well done, except his first Pokemon was never the issue to begin with. But anyway, let's get this done with.
Okay, so this is the newest Pokemon we have for the team, then I guess Donald. A shiny, but hang on, I don't even know what we're supposed to evolve this guy into.
Well, I can't tell you that right now, Joe, since we're live, but your other persona knows. Plus, it's going to be a surprise for everyone later.
Okay, Jizzy Joseph, the plan right now is to Dynamax this Pokemon and smash that stupid Cotton Ball Pokemon into oblivion.
I got this, Barry, don't worry, just watch and learn how a master gangster Pokemon rapper dude handles gym battles like this.
I'm pretty sure you said something similar in the last episode, but anyway, this Eevee is really strong, Joe, already, and probably our best bet to beat this gym.
I still can't believe we lost this battle the first time. Everyone in the comments was very disappointed in your counterpart, Jizzy Joe. So let's not disappoint our viewers again, please.
I saw those comments to Obama and no one seemed to care actually, so shut your trap banana head, bro.
Okay, here we go, finally Dynamaxing our EV here with its super awesome luxury ball too.
I'm sorry, but Dynamax Eevee looks absolutely ridiculous, boys. It just doesn't make sense in my head as to why it looks like that.
Yeah, that's one thing we can agree on, Obama. It does look like a stuffed animal that's been given growth hormones.
Good way to put it, actually, Joe. But anyway, this has now become a battle of max Pokemon. So just keep spamming the best attack we have and pray to Arceus.
Arceus won't be needed here, Obama. Jizzy Joe and my gold chains is all I need to win. Arceus may have the 17 life plates, but I have 17 chains of my own.
Oh, holy hell, that max strike attack actually managed to kill this overgrown ball of fluff with one shot. Nice one, Joe, that this battle went exactly like how I wanted it to.
And there we have it, everyone. Jizzy Joe is officially the better trainer than normal Peasant Joe, so going forward you're battling all the gyms and the other idiot can just do all the walking.
Yeah, that's fine by me, actually, Donald. But anyway, I can go now if you like and bring back the other Joe since I did all the hard work for him.
Nah, I think you should stay. I've had enough of that pea brain for a few episodes. Also, I'd like to point out that the badges in this game fit together like a puzzle.
Yeah, the badges are perfect for someone like Joe who enjoys the age demographic of a youngster Joey. But anyway, good stuff beating the first gym, Jizzy Joe, and yeah, please stay.
No problems, boys. I will stick around for the time being. And I guess now we can make our way towards the next town where I can destroy that gym leader too.
I'd love to give you some information on the next gym leader, but I can't remember for the life of me who it is, Joe, so you're probably going to go in blind.
I mean, we could just Google it and then tell Jizzy Joe who it is, Donald, but I guess that would be no fun.
Yeah, that is no fun, Obama. I don't want you or anyone to ruin the game for me since I haven't played it before.
By the time we get to the next gym, Joe, we'll have a much stronger team anyway. So I think from here on in, the gym leaders might as well do what Volker did in the anime and just give us their badges LMFAO.
Volkner gave out badges willy-nilly because he was so strong and bored of winning all the time. But the gym leaders in Galar are just weak to begin with. So they have no right to hand out badges, Donald.
Hey, look, you two, we're battling these reporter people, which is exactly like the ones in the Hoenn region. And then when we inevitably beat them, they put us on the TV.
Oh yeah, I remember them, Joe. They were Gaby and that other fellow who isn't even important, but anyway, they have a Helioptile and a Clink.
Yeah, Clink is an interesting Pokemon from Gen 5, I think. It's basically a bunch of cogs, and I have personally never used one and probably never will.
Well, our Larvitar here is the perfect little Pokemon to use against these two electric types, and for once it's actually doing something useful. And this tantrum move it is now is really strong.
Yeah, I don't particularly want them to put us on TV in this game, though, Jizzy Joe, so if you don't mind, don't talk to them again.
All right, well, this building here is interesting, boys, because I think it's one of the many breeding facilities in the Galar region where we can leave Pokemon, and they will get trained for us.
Wait a sec, so you're saying we can just dump all our Pokemon in that place and the people inside will do all the training for us? And we don't need to even do anything?
Oh, great, it's Team Yell again. And no, Donald, it doesn't work exactly like that. They will train our Pokemon up, but to get to level 100, you would need to take like 1,000,000 steps in the game.
Well, that's fine, Obama, because we have our resident moron being Joe, and we can tell him he gets a tub of ice cream if he takes 1,000,000 steps for us.
Yeah, you better not be talking about me, you moldy old turnip, Donald. I am far above the desire for ice cream. Thank you very much.
Yeah, did you forget that Jizzy Joe is with us, Donald, and not the other one? But anyway, Team Yell here wanted to act like a bunch of trolls and block this bridge off.
These guys are definitely the worst team in the game, and I bet everyone would agree. Also, leave a comment letting us know which evil team you would join and why.
I would join Team Galactic so I could have a cool hair color like those folks have, although Team Flare has red hair as their thing, which I think would suit me too.
Oh yeah, hold that thought, Donald. This fellow just gave us the Rotom bike, which is the cool new bike system in this game in which a Rotom has basically possessed the bicycle.
Wait, so does that mean that Rotom now has a bike form we could use in battle? And also, how comes we never get to use the Pokedex Rotom in battle either? That would be so funny.
What isn't funny, Joe, is another battle with this idiot. It's like the guy can't even take a hint about being a trash Pokemon trainer who should have just stayed in his house.
Well, to be fair to him, Donald, he has probably got stronger now and evolved some of his own Pokemon like we have. So let's see how he does this time.
Yeah, we actually also have a semi-decent move now being Razor Leaf for our monkey Pokemon guys, which should make using this guy somewhat bearable now.
Hey, did you know that we made a poll last week about the best grass-type starter? And pretty much everyone said that Rillaboom is the best grass-type starter Pokemon there is?
Yeah, that was something I never really knew, to be honest, Donald, but since we're going to be using one in this playthrough, it'll be nice to see if that statement is true.
This guy has pretty much got a fully evolved Team Obama, so you were right about that, although you were wrong about him being strong. A paper bag would be stronger than this punk.
Yeah, that's probably true, Joe, but you didn't need to be that harsh to the poor guy LMFAO.
I wonder if they'll ever release a game in which the rival will be a proper tough challenge. I can't remember the last rival which we faced who was somewhat difficult, except maybe Silver or Blue.
Well, it will never be this guy Barry, and he just said he's going to be sending out his ace Pokemon, which is weak to us, so what's so ace about it then?
The only thing that makes this Pokemon his ace on Joe is the fact that it's lost more battles than any of his other ones. And that's about it.
Yep, I don't think anyone will deny that point, Donald, and on that note, the loser has just lost yet another battle.
Wow, and he just gave us the item he probably needs more than we do right now. Seriously, this guy has less brain cells than the other Joe.
Well, at least we get a nice view of where I think we will be heading next, boys. That is another thing I like about this game, which is the scenery can be quite pleasant on occasion.
I can tell you where the scenery definitely will be pleasant, Donald. And that's in the town we're heading to next, because the gym leader here is a supermodel and she's straight up fire.
I see Obama's hitting on every female that's hot in this game, which I thought was my thing to do, but anyway, it's nice to see him breaking out of his shell.
Your age demographic is either 70 plus or below 10 Jizzy Joe, depending on which persona of yours is currently inhabiting your frailly old body.
Damn, check it out, boys. Rose, or whatever his name is actually looking fire right now, too, with his shorts and shades on, and he has that little strand of hair on the side of his face, which is so cute.
I can't believe you're basically hitting on Rose now, too, Donald. What on earth has happened to the both of you?
Okay, well, even I wouldn't go that far, Jizzy Joe, but each to their own, I guess. Let Donald like whoever he likes and hurry your ass up so we can go see who I like.
I know exactly why you like Nessa Barry, but I won't say anything further than that LMFAO.
Yeah, you damn well better not say anything further than that, Donald, before I give you a good old smack with Joe's crusty old hands.
Well, here she is, Obama. The love of your life, who I thought was Sonia, by the way, but I guess you need more than one chick in your life.
And she's already given us her league card, boys. I am so in now, and you better not lose to her either, Joe. We got to show off how strong we are. So
if we win then, Barry, she'll be impressed with Jizzy Joe and not you, dumbass. You didn't think about that, did you?
Trust me, Donald. I know what I'm doing. Nessa and I are more alike than that old fossil rapper is. Anyway, I will tell you this gym puzzle is very annoying, Joe.
This will be a cool episode then, boys, because we're going to be battling two gym leaders in one go. And the first was grass, this one is water, and then I take it the next gym will be a fire type one.
Yeah, that's actually true, Joe, but I can't remember who's after that. Not that it's really important, since going forward we'll be crushing everyone.
Okay, Joe, so with this puzzle, you got to turn off the water from flowing in the pipes, which are blocking the path. But then again, if this takes too long, we can just cut bits out.
Apparently that first gym puzzle was hurting a bunch of sheep, which my counterpart did so easily, so how hard can this puzzle be?
We shall see, Jizzy Joe, because this puzzle is actually really, really annoying, so yeah, it probably won't be fun.
At least we know we have some advantage in this gym, though, unlike that first one, which we shall never speak of again, I think.
Well, it helps when the people here are just using trash Pokemon like this little tadpole thing. I mean, I like Seismitoad, but Timpole is just garbage.
At the end of the day, Joe, it's all free experience, isn't it? So no need to complain about it. Plus, with the training we did earlier, we should be fine regardless now.
Looks like Jizzy Joe's little brain is working hard in solving these puzzles. Also, boys, I have been getting requests that we use Eternatus for our team since we said we wouldn't be using the box legendary. What do you both think?
Okay, well, I wasn't here for that discussion when you decided not to use the box legendary, Donald, so I don't particularly care. Eternatus is pretty goated, though.
Yeah, I believe it's a dragon and poison type, but we will already be using Dragapult on the team, who I personally like more than Eternatus. So I would rather not use him, Donald.
I was just asking what you thought, Obama. I never said we had to use it. Plus, I couldn't care less either, and I also like Dragapult more.
Well, what I don't like, boys, is battling boring Pokemon like this Krabby and Corphish. Why would you bother coming into a gym with Pokemon like this?
Hey, Joe, don't diss Corphish, bro. That Pokemon got Ash to the Final 8 in the Horn League, remember?
Yeah, but I'd like to point out how Ash basically won every battle he was in after actually evolving his Pokemon compared to leaving them in the first stage. That was something I never understood.
All right, yeah, can't argue with that point, Donald. It is true. But in other news, Joe has completed this silly little puzzle, which was a complete waste of everyone's time, and now it's battle time.
Yeah, and I am loving these stadiums once again, guys. Feels good to show off to thousands of people who strong I am.
Yeah, but remember, Jizzy Joe, we're only doing this to get a few digits from Nessa, which you will graciously pass over to yours truly, and if you don't, I will make sure you never come back.
Wow, Barry is getting threatening now. Jizzy Joe, be careful, LMAO. But anyway, the battle has begun and Nessa is leading off with a goddamn Goldeen.
I know you love her, Obama, but what in the actual hell is her first Pokemon? Seriously? She's just as bad as those gym trainers I was battling earlier.
All right, yeah, I did not expect this. I thought someone as beautiful as her would use melodic or something to that effect.
See Barry. She's just pretty on the outside, but inside she is another bad Pokemon trainer to add to the list of bad trainers we've encountered in this game, which so far is every single one.
I'd like to point out that Joe lost our first gym battle against the grass-type dude, Donald, so I wouldn't say they're all bad.
I won't be losing this one, though, guys. She's already 2 Pokemon down, and now she has 1 left, which she'll probably Dynamax, but she's still going to lose.
Ah, yes, her last Pokemon is Dreadnought. I really don't know much about this thing since I haven't used one and probably never will either, because it's a Blastoise ripoff.
Yeah, Dreadnought is what Blastoise would be if he walked on all 4s and didn't have cannons. I agree, Donald. But here she goes, Dynamaxing it.
And even that won't be enough for our Berry Monkey Pokemon. You're so strong, seriously, Obama, I won't even need to Dynamax myself to beat this thing.
Okay, yeah, still don't appreciate being called that. Not that you care anyway, but well done, Joe. You have basically won this.
Yeah, so much for Nessa. Anyway, I think our next objective should be to get Larvitar close to evolving, boys, because when it does, we'll be even stronger.
I agree, Donald, but I don't want any part of that because evolving that thing will take ages and I haven't got the patience for it right now. You should do it.
Well, I certainly won't be doing it. I'm going to be taking Nessa here on a slick date to the Sinnoh region.
Take her to Heart Home City Barry and make poffins with her, and then take her to the Pokemon contest and show off how good you are at those.
Donald, why are you helping him? I thought you'd want to sabotage him and Nessa from ever getting together.
He will be sabotaging himself as soon as he takes the Pokemon contest stage, Joe, so I won't need to do anything.
Okay, well, if you're done plotting my demise, Donald, we just got the TM for Whirlpool, which we'll never use, but we did also get the water uniform, which turns our outfit blue.
Yeah, and that's something I'll also never wear either, Obama, so we shall be swiftly moving on to whatever this lady wants.
She wants us to have lunch with Rose at some restaurant or something, Joe. I guess he wants to get to know us a little more since Leon is sponsoring us in this whole shindig.
I don't think he is Donald. We kind of just appeared and decided to take part in this challenge, but either way, Rose wants to see us for some reason.
Maybe he wants to battle me to see what I'm about. I must say, as strong as I am, our current team isn't the best, so I hope he just gives us food.
This must be the place since there's a bunch of people gawking through the window.
Oh, and Sonia's here too. Maybe she heard about how you want to hook up with Nessa now, Barry, and she's here to put a stop to that LMFAO.
I doubt it, Joe. She was clearly invited here, and Rose seems to know how Sonia's grandmother is too, so it makes sense.
Oh, they're just talking about Galar Particles, boys. Nothing important right now, so how about we end this episode for now?
Yeah, all right, Donald, so thanks for watching, everyone. Please remember to like and subscribe if you enjoy our content, and consider becoming a member or a Patreon if you want to help support the channel.
Yeah, GG, my beautiful fans. See you in the next one.
Alrighty, boys, we're back in the Galar region, and today I have no idea what's going to be happening, but hopefully Joe will make it to the next town with a gym.
Yeah, well, hopefully that will happen, Barry, but remember to like the video and subscribe, everyone. It really helps us out as we get ever closer to 20,000 subs.
Before that, we have to get through another gosh darn cave, Joe, and get interrupted by all the wild Pokemon in here, too.
And on top of that, we're going to get ambushed by Beat again, and looks like the fellow thinks he's going to beat us. And this time we have a much stronger team, too.
Nah, just watch this, boys. Our pink fellow here is going to get crushed like a walnut. And also, we need to get Larvitar close to evolving in the next few episodes, too.
Yeah, that should be one of our main priorities for now, Joe, alongside getting the rest of the gym badges.
Our man here still hasn't evolved any of his Pokemon to their second stage, it seems. And if he actually wanted to try beat us, then he should have made more of an effort to do that, the fool.
Agreed, and he even had the audacity to say we've grown a bit all because I one-shot his stupid little jelly bean.
Yeah, for now his team is weak as hell, but to be fair, Joe, it will eventually get a lot stronger, you know? We used one of those Solosis before and it was OP as hell.
Yeah, this little Gothita did a fair amount of damage to us, Joe, and we're a lot stronger than it is, so Barry's right. Bede could end up being a worthy rival in the late game.
Hot damn, this little thing is so strong. We're like 5 levels higher than it, and using a stab move, and it's just tanking these hits like nothing.
Yeah, except Grassy Surge also heals him up too, Joe, so this ability I feel could be the end of us in the later game if we're not careful with it.
More than that, the moron is of course going to spam super potions and all that crap, and now we have to start all over again.
We just need to outspeed him once to get this Pokemon knocked out Donald, and then only have 2 left. And for a battle after only 2 gyms, this rival really have more Pokemon than normal.
That's true, Joe. Usually our rivals have about 2 or 3 Pokemon at this point, but this guy has 4. Although saying that, they're all at their first stage of evolution, so it kind of balances out.
Well, his next Pokemon is a Hetena, which is one I don't really know much about, except Liko has one in the new Pokemon Horizons anime.
Yeah, she has one, Joe, although all it seems to do is cry and hide all the time. But for the people who've seen it, let us know if you're enjoying the new Pokemon series, and if you're not, then let us know why.
Oh, I'm absolutely loving it, Donald. Mostly because of that black shiny Rayquaza. It's the most overpowered thing ever, and spams Draco Meteor just nuking everything.
Of course, you'd like the Pokemon that acts as a Reaper drone, pretty much Obama LMFAO. But yeah, that shiny Rayquaza is probably the best thing about the show so far.
Ah, see, we've just taught Bite to E, Joe. A solid move for this stage in the game, although since we're evolving it into Umbreon, we probably should get Crunch on it.
Donald, wasn't that supposed to be a surprise or something? I mean, even I didn't know what it was going to be till your fat mouth blurted it out.
Oh shit, yeah, my bad, Obama. Pretend you all didn't hear that, and instead focus on how we're getting killed by a My Little Pony Pokemon.
I killed the My Little Pony before it killed us boys, so don't worry. And with that, Bede has lost yet another battle to fool, thinking he's some big shot or something.
Oh, hey, look, Eevee is actually trying to evolve right now, although I don't know if it'll be Umbreon yet. We should skip this for now.
Yeah, good shout, Obama. The only useful thing you've helped me with today, but still I need to check up if Umbreon evolves with a high friendship or something too.
Well, look who we run into yet again. Team Yell causing more mischief in the caves, although I bet they were waiting for us or something.
We'll find out now since Hop has showed up, which means Joe has a double battle to get out of the way, which should be super easy. We probably don't even need Hop.
I'd like Hop to hop along if possible. The guy only gets in the way and will cause this battle to drag on compared to if I battled these grunts alone.
Considering you did, in fact, lose the first gym, Joe, I'd take all the help you can get LMFAO.
These guys are only causing trouble, so Marnie wins this whole gym challenge thing, though boys remember that, like in the anime. Because their hometown is just a ghost town, pretty much.
What do you expect when it looks the way it does, Barry? I mean, if Donald had a heart, he'd donate some money to that place, although saying that he'd donate money to himself and build a Trump Tower there.
No way would I build a Trump Tower in Spikemouth City, Joe. And calling that place a city is pushing it too.
Joe, focus on the battle, you donkey. We're about to die somehow because you're too busy ranting about a dumb peasant city.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't realize how close we just got to death, although these 2 grunts have more Pokemon for us to battle holy hell.
I gotta say, though, the Galarian Lanoon looks way cooler than the normal Hoenn Region 1 or wherever it's from. It looks like a gangster Pokemon.
Suits you then, Donald. But anyway, the fox Pokemon died, and now we're having to deal with Leopard, which just loves using Fake Out.
I want to know how this dumb sheep thing is still alive, though, Obama. If I was on the other side of this battle, the sheep is the first thing I'd take out.
It's not even worth attacking for them, Joe, because they know the only threat in this battle is us. And somehow, you've managed to keep me alive in this battle, too.
OMG, this battle is taking longer than that one with Bede did. You were right, Joe. We should have just battled them ourselves. We'd be done by now if we did.
At least Razor Leaf can hit 2 Pokemon at once in double battles, Donald, so I can basically take these 2 on by myself.
Yes, true, Joe, because Hop and his sheep only seems to care about using Defense Curl, and they're sitting there like a loaf of white bread.
Well, the last Pokemon is only a silly little Pancham, so not like a big deal for us. Or anything, so let the sheep just sit there and eat grass or whatever else it does.
That Pancham can eat dirt now, though, boys, since I basically won this battle all by myself.
All right, good stuff, Joe. That's enough Team Yell for now, I think. Which means we can make our way out of this godforsaken cave and head into the next city.
God, they're so annoying, aren't they? Just as annoying as Team Skull, although they're both as bad as each other. Let's be honest.
Yeah, glad that's all done with, guys, and I think the next gym is going to be the fire one like we mentioned last time.
I gotta say, the fire-type gym leader in this game is one of my favorites along with Alistair, although I think we'll be battling B in this game.
Yeah, Alistair is great, although he's only available to battle in Pokemon Shield, I think. Also on the point of playing the DLC in this game, we have mentioned it before, but we're still deciding on doing all that.
I would rather just jump to the next game in the series, which will probably be Storm Silver or Emerald Kaizo. One of those two, and then Radical Red, as many of you have requested.
Hey, we just saw Kabu, guys, and he's going to be expecting us at the gym, which is right in the next town, although I swear we've just done a loop of Galar.
Him and his little fire types are going to get ruined, boys. I am very much looking for more battles now, since our team is prepared like a Boy Scout.
And I'm the Boy Scout in question, Donald LMAO. But hey, looks like we have a few more routes to get through before a battle with Kabua, and this one is filled with Noctowl.
Yeah, Noctowl is a great Gen 2 Pokemon. And let's not forget how Ash caught a shiny one in the anime, which was the only shiny Pokemon he ever caught, actually.
We should definitely use one in a game one day, boys, or maybe one will pop up in a randomizer we will be doing too. Who knows?
Hey, Joe, it's nighttime, and this Eevee is going to be close to evolving, so maybe it'll actually be an Umbreon now.
Yeah, one of the reasons I switched to it, Donald, although I'm still not sure about its whole friendship level thing, but I have been playing with it off screen, so hopefully it's high.
Hey, I'm fairly certain you've fulfilled all the requirements for it to evolve into an Umbreon Joe. And the shiny form is probably one of the all-time greats, even if it's only a small change.
Well, we're going to find out after this stupid virus bat dies, although I love how Swoobat's nose is a little harp. It's so cute.
I love how you find something as dumb as that cute Donald, but you despise all fairy types like the Sylvan we used in our playthrough of Pokemon X and Y.
Granted, we did name that Sylveon Melania, which probably didn't make him feel any better, but it was still hilarious nonetheless. And here we go, boys. It's evolution time.
And hell yeah, we got the shiny Umbreon, everyone. I'm super stoked to use this little one now, and this Pokemon is for one of our members, Jazz, who's been patiently waiting for us to this Pokemon.
Yeah, thank you, Jazz, for helping to support the channel and more. So waiting so long for us to use shiny Umbreon, so this one is for you.
Yep, that's right. And with that, we've made it back to whichever city this is, I have no idea. And first things first is heading to the Pokemon Center.
Joe, stop wasting your time picking up those dumb feathers, bro. I can just get you any stat increasing drug you want later on, which do a lot more than a bunch of bird feathers.
True, those feathers are a bit crap. But anyway, we can cut to the next segment of this video, which should be that fancy hotel.
Oh yeah, it's Marnie, everyone. A really cool character we've mentioned earlier and probably seen too, although I can't remember if we have because I can't really remember anything, to be honest.
Well, Joe, she seems to want to challenge you right to a battle and basically cut all the small talk out, so here we go. You better not lose.
This is the warm-up battle against Kabu in my eyes, Donald, although I do like how she's using Dusk Balls for her Pokemon. Those are some of my favorite Pokeballs.
Dusk Balls always reminded me of those dark balls that Pokemon Hunter had in the Celebi movie with Suicune, if any of you remember that.
Oh, I do remember that, Barry. Those Pokeballs turned Pokemon evil if they were caught in them, and I think we need those in the games because they also made the Pokemon card a lot stronger.
Okay, and more important news, guys, our Larvitar just got nuked by a Scraggy of all things, which is completely ridiculous if you ask me.
If you knew anything about type matchups, Joe, which you should by now, but then again, you are our resident moron, you'd know that Scraggy is a fighting type, and it's super effective against rock.
And the idiot goes and sends out Umbreon, which is also weak to fighting too, which actually has shown us a major flaw in the team as of right now anyway. Two of our Pokemon is weak to fighting.
Well, soon we're going to have an ice type, which will also be weak to fighting, so we better have a Pokemon to counter that before we get to B's team, Joe.
Yeah, I did just realize that too, but we're also going to have a Ghost type later on as well, and a Psychic type Berry, so I think we should be fine for B's gym.
I doubt we will have a Dreepy before B's gym, Joe, and that Psychic type you're talking about is also the Ice type too, so yeah, we need to think of proper strats in later battles.
Yeah, that's true too, Donald. So basically B could be the end of us if we're not careful, and by we, I mean you, Joe, unless Jizzy Joe can come back for that battle.
I can't believe I'm struggling to beat a shitty little Scraggy like this, boys. This is so dumb, and you both said our team was a lot better now, but apparently not.
A carpenter never blames his tools, Joe, which is something we've said to you before and you obviously forgot, but anyway, you as a Pokemon trainer need to become better along with your team.
Oh, and she has one more Pokemon, which is Morpeko, and this little fella loves to eat and can turn hangry when you don't give it enough food, I think.
Yeah, and this thing is also really strong against our team, too, Obama. It's like her whole team was built specifically to give us trouble, because Hop is the most useless rival we've ever had.
I wondered that during this battle, Joe. I would take Marnie as our real rival any day over Hop along Hop, who thinks having a damn sheep on his team will get him in the championships.
Marty will always be the true rival, Donald, and going forward, I think that's how we should look at it. Hell, even Bede is a better rival than Hop.
Poor Hop is getting abused by Joe Biden, of all people, LMFAO. But anyway, now Marnie has been dealt with. Let's head straight to the gym.
Yup, here we are all changed into our ridiculous uniform with Joe's stupid age as the number we chose. You know 81 is really old, Joe, just FYI.
You're old too, Donnie, old boy, but here we go, everyone. The fire-type gym puzzle is what we have to take on first. And at least we aren't hurting any sheep this time.
Yeah, I think the goal of this gym puzzle is to run into the grass and encounter the Pokemon in it and either catch it or battle it, so you get a choice, Joe.
I say we kill them all, since the Pokemon in here are all crap to begin with. And also, we don't need a fire type, to be honest.
Okay, well, looks like the first Pokemon in here is a Vulpix, and it's the normal Kanto one, which isn't my favorite because the Alolan one looks way prettier.
Okay, remember, Joe, you can't let that other trainer beat it before us or catch it either, although I don't know if they're even able to do that.
LMFAO. Because I'm such a G, Donald, I caught this little fire fox with one Pokeball. How good am I?
Yeah, well done, Joe, but it was like a level 15 Vulpix or something, and you got lucky with that catch, too.
Jealousy doesn't suit you, Barry, but anyway, boys, I cut to the gym battle here for the sake of time, since that gym puzzle was boring as hell, and this battle is going to be way more interesting.
Oh, wow, doesn't this stadium look so cool, guys? It's all red, and even the battlefield is red, too. I bet Fire Lord Ozai would approve of this.
Fire Lord Ozai would be too busy burning all the fans inside the stadium, Donald. But anyway, Joe, I hope you're ready now for the third battle of our Pokemon Sword journey.
Cabo is looking serious, Obama, but I think I got this, so don't worry. Nessa lost almost instantly, and so will this fire fellow, too. He stands no chance.
Okay, damn, his first Pokemon is a Ninetales, and we've only got our tiny little Larvitar to go up against this thing, Joe. So what's the strat gonna be?
Well, we have 3 moves which are super effective against this thing, Donald, so I'm fairly confident now that this loser is going to, in fact, lose.
I mean, yeah, we did just one shot. That fox with Rock Tomb, which shows the power of our little Larvitar boys. It's just too good, isn't it?
Okay, well, he sent out Arcanine now, which is a great Pokemon. And did you know in the early days they almost made this one a legendary?
Yeah, I believe to this day it's called the legendary Pokemon, Donald, for that reason. And then they made the Hisui form too, which I think looks even more cool.
It looks really intimidating standing above us like that too, doesn't it? And it also somehow survived a direct hit from Rock Tomb as well.
And because Joe's an idiot, he didn't bring any full heals or burn heals, and all we have are stupid little potions still, and we're at the 3rd gym.
All right, yeah, that was another oversight by yours truly, and now thanks to my own incompetence, our Larvitar got killed by a burn of all things.
And to make ourselves look even more stupid, Joe, you're resorting to using a Pokemon. We didn't even want to catch for this battle or the game even.
Seriously, this guy is such an idiot that we'll soon need a new word to describe his crappy Pokemon battle skills. I mean, out of the 3 of us, I'm the only one who's actually good now.
Okay, I thought using Spite would have been more helpful, but turns out it does jack shit, and now Vulpix is probably going to die too.
I'd like to backtrack a minute and go back to Donald saying he's now the best at everything or whatever it was. Donald, you know that's not true.
Joe, you should have used Confused Ray instead, you dumbass, and also it is true, Barry, because you were atrocious as a trainer in Ultra Sun, and now Joe is following in your footsteps.
Okay, yeah, that was oversight number 2. I should have used Confused Ray, but at least Vulpix is dead, and we get a free switch to Umbreon.
Yeah, you're so lucky. Quick Attack saved you there, Joe, and also that Arcanine was literally on 1 health point left, and now Kabu is going to be sending out his Gigantamax Pokemon.
He could send out a goddamn Mega Gigantamax Terrestrialis Arceus with a flame plate for all I care, Barry. My confidence has returned, and I'm so ready to crush him.
Okay, 2 points, Joe. Number 1, you'd lose that battle if he sent out Arceus, and number 2, why are you using the Pokemon we caught during the trial? This Litwick was a mistake, too.
This Litwick is going to be our savior, Donald, since we have no other Pokemon to battle Kaboo with, since I also don't have revives to get our Larvitar back to life.
Wow, and the idiocy continues. Joe, if you forget any more important items, I swear to all that's holy, I will banish you from this realm and you can go sit by yourself in the corner for the duration of this playthrough.
And to make matters worse, we have to battle a giant worm with nothing but a candle.
Excuse me, Donald, but you loved Chandelure in our Pokemon White playthrough, or whichever one we used it in, and now you're bashing poor Litwick.
That's true, everyone and their mom loves Chandelure, but using a Litwick in a fire gym is kind of pointless, Joe. And I doubt its ghost typing will help much.
Yeah, see, Obama stated what I was just about to Joe. Using Litwick here is kind of pointless, but then again, we don't really have a choice, do we?
Yeah, I didn't really have a choice, Donald. And the best move we have on this thing is Hex of all things, which does absolutely no damage at all.
I think you should just let Litwick die, Joe, and get a free swap in again. And I thought this battle would go like Nessa's one last time since you hyped up Larvitar so much, but apparently not.
This is just getting worse and worse, and now, Joe, the best thing to do would be to send out our shiny Umbreon and hope for the best.
Well, and good news, boys, this Centipede thing will lose its Gigantamax in about another turn or two, which means I can Gigantamax and crush him. That was my plan all along.
Oh, it's back to normal already, Joe. So, go on, let's see this strat you've been preparing all this time for, and if it doesn't work, you're banished.
I second that. Let's see this, Joe. And how about we train a lot more after this gym, too, and at least get our starter fully evolved?
Hey, you see that, guys? My strat is paying off already, although in hindsight, I should have just Gigantamaxed Larvitar from the get-go.
From hindsight, Joe, there's a lot of things you could have done, and number one on that list should have been not even playing.
You can't talk, Barry, but I wonder how Jizzy Joe would have done in this battle instead. I bet he'd have won about 10 minutes ago at least.
Forget him, Donald, because I'm about to win right now. Your boy Joe Biden beat this little fireworm and his trainer, too.
Yeah, and no one knows how that even happened with the way you were playing today, Joe, seriously. And you don't even deserve a well done either.
Wow, he finally did it. Joe, please never try to do a speed run because it would be the most embarrassing thing you've done in this life.
Hey, falling down the stairs of Air Force One was pretty embarrassing, and so was that bicycle incident, too, so this doesn't even come close.
Alrighty, boys, that now makes 3 gym badges we've collected, and we're 6 episodes in, which goes to show how much talking the characters in this game love to do. Holy hell.
Yeah, that's 3 down and 5 more to go. Hopefully the next ones don't end up like this one, Obama.
Well, at Joe's current rate. He messed up the first gym, but did well on the second one, but then made a mess of this gym being the third, which means the 4th gym should go well.
I'd appreciate if you, too, would stop calculating my wins and losses like that and check it out. We just got the fire uniform, boys, so now I can dress up to look like Kabu.
Hang on, Joe, you gotta wait till we reach Winden or whatever that big town is because they have the best clothes there, so that's when you should change your drips.
All right, Donald, that sounds like a plan. And I guess that means the only thing to do now is head to the next city with the 4th gym, and I can crush them too.
Check it out, guys. My beautiful Nessa and that grass guy have all come to see us off. Shame I can't spend more time with her, though.
Kabu is going on about how the gym leaders we're going to be facing up next, Joe, are really tough, so I think doing some training in the wild area, like I mentioned earlier, would be best.
Yeah, I was thinking we'd go and take on more raid dens in here since I'm a lot stronger now, and we should be able to actually win in them.
The team is a lot stronger, yes, Joe, but you yourself are still not ready to take on those raid dens. I say we come back to them after beating the 4th gym leader.
Oh, and Mr. Pink is showing his face to us again, boys, and on that note, I think it's time to end this episode.
Good shout, Donald. So yeah, thank you for watching, everyone, and please remember to hit the like and subscribe buttons and consider becoming a member if you want to help support the channel.
And I gotta now dump that stupid Vulpix and Litwick into the PC where they'll both never see the light of day again.
Okay, I want to know how bad Joe is going to be playing today, Obama. If he does as bad as the last episode, then I am going to be leaving.
Don't worry, Donnie, old boy. I've been practicing, and we did some training off screen a little, so I think I'm ready for whoever the next gym leader is.
Yeah, well, let's see if that statement holds up, Joe, but anyway, I see you've also made it to Hammersmith, or whatever the city is called.
Hang on, Joe, I saw that. When the hell did you find the time to go catch a Mime Jr.? And why do we have one?
Firstly, I need to buy some healing items, boys, since we've been lacking in that department. And also, please remember to hit the like and subscribe button to everyone.
Yeah, how about you stop avoiding the question I just asked Joe and explain why we're using a dumb clown?
We're going to be using Mr. Rhyme in this game, Donald, as requested by a viewer on the President's Discord server, which is linked in the description if anyone would like to join.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Mr. Rhyme Joe. Leon had one in the anime, and it's based off Charlie Chaplin, if I'm right in saying. A pretty solid Pokemon.
Yeah, all right, Joe, I'll allow this. Plus, it's an ice type too when it's fully evolved, so that should be useful for when we battle Raihan when we get to the 8th gym.
I don't need your permission to use a Pokemon I want in my playthrough, Donald, and this was a viewer's choice too, so there.
Okay, well, in other news, we just ran into Rose again and his maniacal-looking assistant, and they were talking about Galar energy as usual.
At least try to pronounce the name of the region properly, Barry. But anyway, this city is actually where Raihan's gym is, so Joe, you gotta head west, I believe.
Yeah, I know, Donald, this is the 8th gym's location, which we won't be visiting for quite a while, but looks like I still need to talk to these two before moving on.
This city's name is Hammerlock, not Hammersmith, so my bad. But this looks like a PowerPoint presentation on the Galar Energy Boys.
If I wanted a PowerPoint presentation on energy, I'd have gone back to 12th grade physics Obama. I just want Joe to get his ass to the next damn gym already.
Calm your pants down, Donald. I'm working on it, you know. But hey, how about we ask the viewers to give us more Pokemon facts and then we can shout them out?
Good idea, Joe. We haven't done that in a few episodes. So please leave some comments below and let us know the best Pokemon fact you know, specifically about legendary or mythical Pokemon. And we will shout you out in the next episode.
Yeah, and anyone who comments facts about my boy Arceus gets special privileges.
Donald, we won't be giving special privileges to anyone about that, just because Arceus is your favorite Pokemon. But they're free to still comment facts about it since it's a mythical.
It's literally our channel mascot Obama, so I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear anything you just said, bro.
Okay, well, how about you two help me pick out some mad drips for our character instead of fighting over God?
Well, we did tell you to wait until you reached Winden City, Joe, but you go decide to play dress up now.
And he even just wolf whistled at himself, the little creep Obama. We heard that, Joe. Don't think we didn't.
Hey, look who it, guys. I think this is our first interaction with Raihan, the dragon-type gym leader, and apparently he's the strongest gym leader in the world, too.
I'd like to see him battle Claire and then win so she loses again. But then again, she'd probably make him go to the Dragon's Cave and do that dumb quiz.
I'd like to say that although Dragon type is my favorite typing in Pokemon, I still think Volkner from Sinnoh is the strongest gym leader in the world, and I'm sure lots of people will agree with me on that.
Hell yeah, Donald, I agree with that point. Volkner is the GOAT, and he dresses a lot better than Raihan, too. Raihan looks like a sloppy teenager who just got out of bed.
And talking of goats here, we have the hottest character in Pokemon again being Sonya. I forgot how gorgeous she looks, boys.
Obama getting thirsty again, Joe. Maybe get him some moo 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 milk to calm him down a little bit, LMFAO.
I think he'd rather have Sonya's milk, Donald, LMAO. Moo 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 milk won't cut it.
Steady on, Joe. We're trying to keep this child friendly, which is something I'm sure you'd like, but keep the adult jokes to yourself, please.
Hey Barry, this might make you jealous, but a viewer commented a few episodes ago that Raihan and Sonya have a thing going on, and I thought Leon and Sonya were a thing.
The only thing she has, Donald, is a thing with yours truly. Especially when Joe, of all people, is about to beat Raihan's ass.
I'd like to point out that I'll be beating his ass metaphorically and not literally. But anyway, my dudes, here we go, making our way through the next route towards the fairy-type gym, I believe.
And of course, whenever we enter a new route, there's always going to be some random team yell grunts abusing a Pokemon or trainer.
That is becoming a common theme in this game, Donald. I feel like they do it. So we don't forget, Team Yell are actually a thing in this game because even Game Freak knew they messed up with this team.
Yeah, I haven't met anyone who likes them, so if you are one of those rare few people who actually think Team Yell are good, then please leave a comment, and we shall pin it.
Yeah, we'll pin it so everyone else knows you have bad taste in Pokemon evil teams.
Donald, we won't be doing that, thank you very much. We don't condone bullying. Remember, so if you do in fact like Team Yell, then that's totally fine.
It's really not fine, Obama, but yeah, sure, whatever. And Joe has gone and got Larvitar poisoned now, so how about we deal with that?
Hey, I think Larvitar is actually getting super close to evolving Donald, which would be nice to see in this episode.
I concur, Joe, that would be nice to see, and the fact that a battle with Team Yell actually provides us with something useful would be a miracle.
Okay, so from that statement, you agree that Team Yell are utter crap.
I never said they weren't Donald. I just said you shouldn't pick on other people who happen to actually like them.
And I was right, guys. Our cute little Larvitar has evolved into an amazing Pupitar, and it's also almost the same color as the name we gave it.
Yeah, Pupitar is a pretty awesome Pokemon, and now we're only one evolution away from getting the GOAT Tyranitar, which is Godzilla, remember, boys.
I can't believe you just called it Pupitar, Donald, but I also think that's hilarious. So henceforth, we shall be calling it Pupitar.
Well, whilst you two continue to insult our team, I'm going to continue to make my way towards the next town, and I can't remember for the life of me what it's called.
Well, Joe, we've just got introduced to the gym leader of that town being Opal right here, and she's some sort of maniac as far as I'm concerned.
I second that, Donald. She has some sort of fetish with the color pink, but her favorite color is actually purple, so yeah.
Oh, I remember her from the anime. She was quite strange, to be honest, boys, but hey, she looks to be around my age, though, which is just lovely, isn't it?
Sorry, Joe, too old for you, buddy, LMFAO. And also, this is the first time we're getting to use Pupitar in the Game Boys. How exciting is this?
Yeah, awesome, Donald, and it just bodied that Clefable like it was nothing. This Pokemon is probably going to be our MVP in this game, without a doubt.
Look, this trainer has 2 Cleffables, guys. I bet she has them because they're pink, and she thinks they look cute, but in reality, they look disturbing to me.
Well, this one survived our earthquake, Joe, which means it's out for revenge since we killed its friend. And on top of that, you got Pupitar poisoned?
Not for long, Donald. Pupitar has the best ability being shed skin, which means we can remove any status effect we have on it without wasting any items. Such an awesome ability, if you ask me.
It is indeed an awesome ability. Joe, although when it evolves into Tyranitar, it'll probably lose it for another one, and I can't remember which it'll be.
With my godlike powers, Obama, I can put the multi-type ability, which only Arceus has on our Tyranitar. Imagine how awesome that would be.
Yeah, Donald, we won't be doing that, thank you very much. I'm surprised you even suggested it since there can only be one Arceus and he is your favorite Pokemon too.
Joe, I can see you're getting lost here, bro. But all you need to do is head to the right and you'll find the correct path.
The moron can't even navigate a few ladders, and he's going to become the champion for what, like the 5th time now, which is unbelievable.
Hang on, Joe, when the hell did you get this little fella? We didn't see you find a Dreepy.
I've had it since the start of this episode, Barry, and I was surprised you both didn't notice it. But yeah, along with Mime Jr., I also caught a Dreepy, which is shiny, and I named it Blackbird.
All right, I must admit, Blackbird is an awesome name for a Dreepy, Joe, since it's designed like a stealth plane.
Thanks, Donald. I think it's the best name for a Dreepy, and I hope all the viewers will like it too. And I also got it a bit earlier than normal so we could spend more time with it.
All right, what in the actual hell is wrong with this artist guy? He looks like a goddamn psychopath.
You took the words right out my mouth, Obama. This is the model they should have used for the team Yell Grunts or Criminals, but instead they gave it to the artist model.
He's only got a crappy little coughing, though, which Dreepy should be able to easily deal with, although this thing will need a hell of a lot of training.
I must say, Joe, the current move pool on Dreepy is quite bad. Our best move is Infestation, which does nothing. And then we have Paralyze, Heal, and Confuse Ray.
It's not Paralyze Heal, Obama, it's Thunder Wave, you dumbass. And that combined with Confuse Ray is actually pretty good, you know.
Okay, well, currently Obama is right and Dreepy will need to be switch trained until it can learn to fight its own battles.
See, Joe, that's the problem with these gosh darn dragon-type Pokemon. They're only good when they're fully evolved and like level 70, by which point the game has basically been finished for most people, unless you over-level it.
Okay, well, if your rant is over, Barry, I'd like to compliment this little clown for destroying that coughing with one Psybeam.
Yeah, Donald Man is super tough, isn't it? And just wait till it becomes a Mr. Rhyme. Then it'll become even stronger.
I'd like to see that, Joe, because it almost died to a rock slide. But then again, I could compliment how it managed to survive with like 2 health points left.
Correction, Obama, it's now dead, so I think I'll take back everything good I just said about it. LMAO, poor thing is still too weak.
Give it time, boys, and it'll be a fruitful Pokemon for us to use in this game. And by the way, we have to make sure we get the conditions right for it to become a My Rhyme.
I already double-checked that for you, Joe. For Mime Jr. to become a Mr. Rhyme, it has to learn Mimic whilst it's in the Galar region. And funnily enough, we are in fact in the Galar region right now.
Oh, I'm sure Joe will find a way to mess that up, Obama, knowing him, and it'll end up evolving into a normal Mr. Mime.
Shut it, Donald. I'm not that much of a dumbass. And anyway, we've made it to the next town with a gym, my dudes. How exciting is this now?
Well, that depends on how well the gym battle goes, Joe, because with your current track record, I'm a little worried.
Well, we do have a psychic type with us now, Barry, so Mime Jr. should be able to do a lot of damage in the gym against B. And if we were playing Shield, then we'd be battling Alyssa, remember.
I'm just doing some shopping, boys, since we're very low on supplies, even though the chances of getting paralyzed or something in this gym is very low, but still, you never know.
Yes, be a good little Boy Scout and be prepared, Joseph. And by the way, there are some fighting type moves which can cause us paralysis sometimes.
Oh yeah, Joe, if you talk to that guy after beating the game, then he'll give you the DNA splicers, which can be used to fuse QREM with Reshiram and Zekrom.
Oh, for God's sake, sorry to cut you off, Donald, but I wasn't expecting a battle with this moron just yet. I thought I could run straight to the gym.
And what in the actual fuck is that Pokemon he's got now? It looks almost as demented as you, Joe.
That Pokemon is Cramorant Donald, and I think it can launch fish out its mouth at us, which is actually another Pokemon.
Okay, well, Joe is actually using some strategy for once and starting this off with Thunder Wave. So good to see you're using your brain, Joe.
Yeah, now our Pupitar is going to wreck this battle up, boys. Just watch. I want to get this guy to become a Tyranitar by the time we get to the 8th gym.
Yeah, Rock Slide should one-shot this thing, Joe, but it's still nice to see Hop expanding on his team, even if he uses weird Pokemon like this one.
And Hop is always saying how we're so smart because we know which moves are super effective against his Pokemon, like we're some sort of idiot.
Doesn't stop you two from calling me one, but hey, look, we're actually learning Mimic, guys, so I guess this battle with Hop was good for something.
Yeah, so now Mime Jr. might evolve at the end of this battle, which is something for us to look forward to.
I actually can't wait to have Blackbird fully evolved into a Dragapult, boys. It's probably up there as one of my absolute favorite dragon types.
Yeah, it's definitely solid, Donald. My least favorite dragon-type Pokemon is probably Druddigon, though. It doesn't even evolve, and no one uses it.
I bet you've offended a few people in the comments with that statement, Joe.
Let them get offended, Barry. I don't care. I don't like Druddigon, and its shiny form looks like Donald, too.
Its shiny form is more green than orange, you demented peanut, Joe, and you'll always be a Snorlax or Kamala to me anyway.
Hey, check it out. It's Hop's newest Pokemon, boys, a Toxel. And when this thing evolves, it's actually a really strong Pokemon. I know lots of people love it, actually.
It's got good defenses, too, Barry. It somehow survived my attack with only a few health points left.
Yeah, I guess we could say Hop may have improved ever so slightly, Joe, but only slightly, and that there is about as much a compliment I'll ever give him.
Okay, well, that's Toxel down. I love that little purple fellow, but now it seems he's gone and caught himself one more Pokemon.
Oh, what the hell, he went and caught that snake thing we encountered earlier, which Team Yell were beating up.
Not like it will be a challenge for you anyway, Joe, so stop complaining and crush it.
Hey, it's quite a high level, though, isn't it? Level 30 isn't bad for this thing, and I wasn't paying attention to his other team's level, but this could be his highest.
Well, it somehow survived my direct hit, just like his Toxel did Obama. Either way, another slam or whatever should be enough for this thing to die.
At least we will have a Rillaboom in about 5 more battles' time, depending upon how much you use our Grass Monkey, Joe. And I can't even remember its actual name.
Yeah, the second evolutions are always really forgettable, Donald, but anyway, well done for beating Hop Joe. And now our little clown is evolving.
Okay, it's been a while since I've seen Mr. Rhyme, and this guy looks creepy as hell. No wonder some people are afraid of clowns.
Then everyone should be afraid of you, Donald, and secondly, that isn't Mr. Rhyme, it's Mr. Mime Galar form. We still have to evolve it up one more stage.
And you went and taught it hypnosis, Joe. Which, of course, you would. You do realize it can't use it on you, you know, right?
And how good would life be to have a Pokemon with you to use hypnosis when you need a good nap? That would be like the best thing ever.
The best move to have in real life, Joe, would be judgment, because then I could punish all the fools who disagree with me.
And that's exactly why you don't have that move, Donald. But anyway, I think now's a good time to wrap this episode up, boys.
Yes, I'm Obama, so thanks for watching, everyone. Please remember to hit the like and subscribe button and consider becoming a member if you want to support the channel.
Yeah, next episode we'll be heading straight into the gym, so make sure you pray for us all week so Joe doesn't mess this battle up like the others.
I can't wait for the day you make a big mistake in a battle, Donald, and then we'll never let you hear the end of it.
Never gonna happen, Joe. I'm the GOAT.
Alrighty, Joe, no time for a proper intro because we're going to be battling B and hopefully Opal today, too. So, and subscribe, my beautiful fans.
Yeah, no wasting time today, everyone. So do what Barry said and smash that like button. It really helps us out. And look, Donald, I've got more balls from the ball guy.
Good job, Joe, but that's the only compliment you'll be getting from me for a while until you beat B up big time. Her and her fighting-type Pokemon are tough.
Yeah, that's definitely true, Donald. Remember, B actually beat Ash in the Ultimate Journeys anime, and then they had a draw the second time they battled.
Before all that, boys, what in the actual hell is this gym puzzle? It's like I'm going to be in a bumper car at a festival or something in this thing.
Yeah, I hope you don't get dizzy, Joe, because we're about to be spinning all over the place. Basically, you got to spin the Joy-Con controller around, and then it'll move the thing we're in.
And between each segment, there's, of course, going to be the odd gym battle we'll have to do with some random trainer who's also taking part in the challenge.
Now this guy's actually leading off with a Stuffle from the Galar region. Although it's cute as hell, this little pink fluff ball is going to get decimated by our clown.
That's right, Joe, and we have Psychic on Mr. Mime here, and it'll probably one-shot everything we come across in this place. I just want one gym battle to go well, so this could be it.
Hey, this guy has the full evolution line, which is nice to see. I thought he'd only have Stuffle, and that would be it like most boring trainers.
Yeah, but Beware still died, Joe, even though it was quite a high-leveled Pokemon for this point in the game, too.
Okay, more spinning about to do here, Joe. I think this puzzle is the hardest one in the gym and will require you to have some quick reflexes.
I have the reflexes of a max IV speed Deoxys Donald. This puzzle will be easy peasy lemon squeezy. And then I can put Ash to shame by beating B in one move each.
Yeah, clearly these are the reflexes of a Speed Deoxys Joe L. Mao. This is more like the reflexes of a Shuckle.
And that was an insult to all Shuckles everywhere, Obama. And by the way, Shuckle is a really good Pokemon too, especially if you teach at Trick Room.
All about, yeah, did you see that, boys? I just smashed my way through this puzzle quite literally, and now I think we have one trainer battle left before battling B.
That's right, and Trainer Simon here has a Hitmonlee, an amazing Pokemon from Gen 1 who's based off Bruce Lee, if you didn't know.
I think most people knew that, Barry, but on the topic of facts, we want you all to comment your best Generation 4 fact, so that includes Pokemon Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, and Heart Gold, and Soul Silver too.
My favorite thing about Heart Gold and Soul Silver is the Arceus event where he starts giving us a PowerPoint presentation on images from Google.
Yeah, I did find that a bit strange the first time I saw it too, Joe. Arceus is so powerful that he can break the fourth wall and bash out a quick Google image search whilst creating another god Pokemon.
That's why he's the GOAT, Barry, but hey, look, Simon has been beat, and now we can head into the main stadium to take on the gym leader.
Just you wait, boys. Mr. Mime has been cleaning up in this place, and I'm so excited to have a gym battle that doesn't end in an almost disaster.
Hey, B, be looking pretty fine too, I must say. I think Sonya is still #1 for me, but this one is a solid 8 as well, I think.
And Obama's still carrying out his crusade to find the hottest girl in the Galar region. But anyway, here we go, so zip your pants back up, Barry.
Okay, our first Pokemon is not even worth talking about because it's going to die in like 10 seconds time. So how about we talk about something else?
Wow, that one shot was solid, Joe. Well done. Although I think Hitmontop's defenses are pretty trash to begin with, and Psychic is super OP anyway.
And her next Pokemon is Pangoro from the Kalos region. I think this guy is an Ursaring ripoff Pokemon, but hey, still pretty decent.
Oh shit, I forgot it's a dark type, and that's going to be super effective against us boys. I may have ruined this battle now.
Okay, and here I thought you'd actually use your brain for once, Joe, but we're 4 gym battles into this game, and you still can't get the basics right, you dumbass.
Hang on, when the hell did you get this guy fully evolved, Joe? I don't remember this happening.
Oh yeah, so this was meant to be a surprise for you all, and I didn't anticipate it coming out in this gym battle since I thought Mr. Mime would sweep in here, but hey ho, here we are, it's Rillaboom.
All right, well, I literally don't even care, Joe, because you went and hyped up Mr. Mime so much before this battle, and now you're stuck using Barry for the rest of it.
Well, at least Pangoro is down and out now Donald. A few energy balls from our monkey here in B should only have one Pokemon left, which is either Graplock or Machamp.
Oh, she has a Surfetched instead, Joe. I did not see this coming since she never had one in the anime, although they do tend to change the teams around a lot.
She has a team of 4 Pokemon Obama, so after this one, she'll either have Machamp or Graplock. Both of which are super tough Pokemon, but personally, I hope it's Machamp.
Hey, Rillaboom has its signature move now, though, guys, and it's called Drum Beating. I really like this move, too, actually, and Rillaboom is actually one of the stronger starter Pokemon, too, did you know?
Well, B's Surfetched is setting up Sword's Dance, Joe. So if you're not careful, it could one-shot us if it uses acrobatics or something, which would be super effective, too.
Yeah, is that before or after the stupid bird spams detect like a little peasant scumbag it is? I mean, why even do that?
Whenever a Pokemon uses Detect Donald, it's always trying to stall, but in a normal gameplay, I think it's stupid because it wastes time. However, in the competitive scene, I think it's valid.
That could be true, Joe, I guess. But anyway, we're on to B's final Pokemon now. And by the looks of it, Donald, your wish came true and she's using Machamp instead of Graplock.
Yeah, good, because I think Graplock is a much more difficult Pokemon for us to deal with than Machamp, and by US, I mean Joe.
Well, I'm about to Gigantamax our Rillaboom, boys, and I take it she's going to do the same with her Machamp, so let's see who comes out on top here.
Yep, here we go, the ultimate battle for our 4th gym badge, Joe, or whichever one we're on now. And for those who played Shield and battled Alistair, let us know in the comments what you thought of him.
That Machamp reminds me of Groudon and the Weather Trio because of those lines all over its body when it's Gigantamaxed.
I did quite a bit of damage to it as well, Donald, so another move should be enough to take it out unless she throws a full restore at it or something.
Well, whatever move Machamp just used did nothing to us, Joe. So I think you've got this in the bag now, even if the beginning of the battle was an absolute disaster.
Yup, and that's all she heard, boys. Well done, Joe. You brought back the win for us, even though I thought it was all over when we lost Mr. Mime.
Easy peasy, boys, just like I said it would be. And the only thing I have to do is remember all my type matchups properly, and I think it'll be smooth sailing.
Hell yeah, Joe Rillaboom sure did carry in this battle. It goes to show how strong I am. Oh, sorry, I mean how strong it is.
One thing I suggest you do, Joe, is get the amulet coin and stick it on whichever Pokemon is up front so we can make bank in all the next battles we'll be taking part in.
Good shout, Donald, but I don't have an amulet coin, and I also have no idea where to get one, so if any of the viewers do, then leave a comment.
Also, I have some of the items which can boost the power of each type of Pokemon we have, Joe, so using them would be wise too, especially with how you've been battling. You need all the help you can get.
And once again, the love of my life is back on our screens, people. Beautiful Sonia is here, and I'm feeling very beautiful myself.
And I feel like throwing up in my mouth Obama, but anyway, there seems to be some commotion going on behind the gym boys.
All right, what on earth is that monstrosity painted all over the cliff face? It's like a child has come through here with giant crayons and gone mad.
Yo and our boy Bede is here, and he has a Copper Raja now, which is an interesting Pokemon, although I don't particularly like it.
It looks like he's about to smash into the cliff face with a two-berry. I wonder what the whole story here is then.
Well, looks like you're going to find out after battling with him, Joe. So let's see what the Pink Fool has for us this time then. I wonder if he's gotten any stronger.
Okay, well his Solosis has evolved into a Duotion now, Donald, so that looks to be a good start. Maybe he'll actually be a real rival to us alongside Marnie.
It's still weak as hell, though, Obama. Another Thunderbolt from Mr. Mime, and this Jelly Belly Pokemon is about to get crushed.
Yeah, but first the guy is going to start spamming Super Potions, Joe, so get ready for that. Maybe we should get that move which stops items from being used in battle.
Interesting. Bede set up that light screen, and now our special attacking moves are going to be weaker, Joe. So you should switch to physical attacking ones.
Well, we haven't used Umbreon in a while, I think, so I'm sending it out now, since Dark is super effective against Psychic.
So you remember your type matchups in the most pointless battles, but in the important ones like gym battles, Joe, you always forget what's what.
Well, to be fair to Joe just now, he actually did listen to me and used Crunch, which is a physical attacking move and super effective to Solosis, like he said too.
See, boys, I can be quite useful when I need to be. And I've almost beaten this fellow too, so I think this battle is going quite well.
Joe, calm down, dude. You've only taken out one of his Pokemon so far, so it's not like you're winning. Knowing you, he could come out of nowhere and take us out.
Okay, well that's true, but his light screen just wore off, Joe, so now you can start spamming special moves if you even know what they are.
Yeah, I know Barry and his Hatterny Pokemon, or whatever that thing is called, has just been taken out, so now he only has 2 Pokemon left.
Ah, yes, his My Little Pony Pokemon is back, and as we can see, it's not evolved into a Rapidash. And I want to say, even though we take the piss out of this horse, the Galar form is pretty neat.
Look how strong our Umbreon is, boys. It almost took the My Little Pony out in one move, even though he was super effective against us, too.
Yet another crunch should be enough to wipe the pony out, Joe, and that'll be the end of Fairy Wind then. What an annoying move, too, and worst of all, it's pink.
Our Pokemon is getting ever close to level 42, which is good to see. And everyone is almost at the same level as well, which sure makes training easy.
That's true, Obama. And he sent out a Gothorita now as well. I can't remember if he had this Pokemon the last time we battled, but I sure as hell don't like it.
Crunch is enough to kill it, Joe, and that's the end of Bede for now. But he didn't have that elephant Pokemon from earlier in the battle, so who does it belong to?
It must belong to Chairman Rose or something, Donald. He's the type of person who'd have a Copper Raja for sure. Plus, I know it's his from the anime.
And you're right, Obama. Look who shows up right as we beat Bede. And his demonic-looking assistant is always with him, too.
I watched the Pokemon Twilight Wings anime series, Joe, and his assistant started off as a nice, quiet person, and now she has, in fact, turned into a demon. She's more terrifying than anyone else.
Hey, I think Chairman Rose is telling Bede off for using his elephant to destroy that mural on that wall. To be honest, I don't blame Bede for once. It looks more hideous than Donald's face.
I'll have you know that many people have complimented me on my looks, Barry, which is something that can't be said about you.
Well, they've all left now, guys, and I'm left alone here with Sonia, who thinks this mural actually means something. No wonder she isn't a proper professor yet.
I think you just ate your own words, Joe, because Sonya was right. Not only is she hot as hell, but she's also clever too, which makes her even more attractive.
Please cool it with your Sonya Riz game, Barry. We have way more important things to do, like see what on earth is going on with those statues.
Okay, well, clearly what's going on is those statues are the legendary Pokemon on the box art, and they're also the sword and shield. How has nobody figured that out yet?
Because, Joe, I don't think Sonya has access to the box art of the game she's starring in to know what's going on your fool.
Well, looks like we have to sit through another 10 years worth of dialogue, boys. This is getting quite annoying, I must say. So, Joe, please cut some of it out.
Well, Obama, this is the reason why we're battling 2 gym leaders in this episode, since we didn't actually do anything of use in the last one.
Yeah, you just pranced about getting our team killed and evolving a clown into a bigger clown. That was basically the entirety of the last episode.
Okay, well, as Obama requested, we're here in Ballinlee now, which has got to be one of my all-time favorite towns ever. It's definitely got some cottagecore vibes going on.
And on top of that, Joe, it looks like every building here has RGB all over it because those mushrooms are glowing. I wonder what would happen if we ate them too, LMAO.
I think if we ate those mushrooms, we'd be in for a wild ride, Barry. But hey, since we're here, Joe, the only thing to do is head right into the gym.
Just look how awesome this place is. All the mushrooms glowing and the way the town is set up too. It's all just too much for my tiny little mind to handle.
Well, you better get your tiny little mind in check, Joe, because Marnie has showed up and she might want to battle you again, and if not, then we still need to take on Opal.
Wow, she barely said anything to us, Donald. I guess she's not interested in wasting her time with battling Joe today.
Wow, we just got a love ball. I didn't even know that was a thing. I wonder what it does. But anyway, time to get registered for the gym battle, boys.
The love ball has a better chance of catching a Pokemon that has an opposite gender to the Pokemon currently in battle, I think, Joe. And if it doesn't have a gender, then I have no idea what happens.
Okay, time to concentrate, guys, because Opal's gym test is a damn quiz, which means me and you, Donald, are going to have to tell Joe the answers.
I'd like to point out the correct way of saying that is Donald and I. Thought you might want to know that, Barry.
Literally, no one cares about grammar, Joe. We only care about you getting our 6th gym badge here. And if you get any of the questions wrong, our defenses get dropped, so don't mess this up.
Yeah, but either way, we're going to have a few trainer battles to take part in. So what difference does it really make, Donald?
OJ, apparently this is an audition for me to see if I'm good enough to take part in the actual gym battle. I am so confused to what's going on in this place. I swear Opal is batshit insane.
Yeah, we can't deny that, Joe. Opal does seem a little mad. She was mad in the anime as well with her cooking contest episode and her harassing anyone who has pink on them.
Good thing there's absolutely nothing pink about us boys except Mr. Mime, who has a pink face. Maybe we should have covered it up with a balaclava or something.
Yo, Mr. Mime with a balaclava on its face would be the funniest thing ever, Barry. We could call him Gangster Mime.
Yeah, so if any of you people watching are artists, then we'd love to see you make a drawing of Mr. Mime looking like a gangster, and then you can send it to us on Discord.
That Pokemon would be perfect for Jizzy Joe, too, don't you think, Donald? And we haven't seen him for ages either, by the way, so what's going on with that?
Well, Barry, as you all know, I have a split personality, so the side of my brain, which is Jizzy Joe, seems to be in shutdown mode recently. I can't even hear him, so I don't know what's going on.
Well, he better make an appearance when we're going to battle Leon Joe. I don't want you taking on the strongest trainer in the world, remember.
I agree with that, too. Plus, Jizzy Joe is just way cooler and better than you in every single shape and form, Joseph.
How about we focus on battling Opal before you two even think about taking on Leon? And right now, I'm stuck battling this goblin thing, which got me confused.
Well, we managed to get the Ice Beam in and the Goblin died Joe, but that Pokemon is actually really solid. And remember, our bestie Marnie has won.
And now we're battling a Gardevoir, boys. A tough Pokemon for sure, and Diantha's ace too, although luckily we don't have to deal with its Mega Form today.
Well, Ice Beam is like our best move on Mr. Mime since we get the stab bonus on it too. Plus, I think Mr. Rhyme, whenever it evolves, will be able to sweep Raihan's gym.
Raihan won't stand a chance when we get to him, but we still have another battle before that guy Joe, and I have no idea who the 7th gym leader is.
Actually, I forgot too, Donald, but let's go into that battle with no knowledge. So it'll be more fun for Joe, especially when he loses, so we can wind him up.
You two do realize I could just Google who it is behind your backs and then pretend to be surprised when it's time for the 7th gym battle.
Yeah, but knowing you, Joe, you'll probably forget to do any of that by the time this episode is finished anyway, so big deal.
Hey, at least we learnt Stone Edge on our Obsidian, which is a great rock-type move. All we need to do now is find some PP maxes, and then we can boost the total power points of the move.
And even better than that, Barry, I've beaten all the gym trainers in the place, so now I think it's time to take on Opal for the 6th badge.
Let's get this done then, Joseph, and not messing about, please. After this, we'll have 2 more to go, and then we can be claiming yet another Pokemon victory.
Okay, Joe, remember Opal uses fairy types, which means don't be a dumbass and send out Dreepy, who's already weak as hell right now.
For a second, boys, I thought she'd gone to sleep while standing up, which is definitely something you'd do, Joe.
No time to even think about sleep right now, Donnie, old boy. I gotta crush this old wench and her pink Pokemon to prove how good I am to you both.
Alrighty, and her first Pokemon is going to be a Galarian Weezing. A pretty neat Pokemon, actually, and I love its tall smoke tower thingies.
Did you know this Pokemon actually helps the environment, Obama, because it takes in bad air and then releases oxygen, compared to the normal Weezing, which is just big oil if it was a Pokemon?
Instead of ranting about wheezing, Donald, how about you look at how I just one-shot it with Psychic like it was nothing?
Okay, well done, Joe, and now her next Pokemon is a Mawile, which is a really great Pokemon, but if this could Mega Evolve, then I'd have more respect for Opal.
Boys, she's still asking us dumb quiz questions during the battle to throw us off, so don't let her get to you, Joe. Keep your mind focused.
Okay, well, I hit it with a Thunderbolt since I wasn't sure what else to do, but maybe Ice Beam would have been better since we have Stab with it.
And she has Crunch Joe, which is super effective, and it did almost take us out too, so now what's the game plan going to be?
Lucky for you, Barry, our Mr. Mime will be able to take out Mawile with another Thunderbolt, which means this old wench only has 2 Pokemon left. I am so winning this battle.
And well, look who it is, everyone. A Togekiss back to get revenge because of the one I released back when we played Pokemon Heart Gold, which you should all go watch, by the way.
And it did, in fact, get revenge since Mr. Mime got taken out by an ancient power Donald, and by the way, I'm still pissed off about that.
Yeah, well, get over it, Obama. That was our first Pokemon game we played on the channel, and it was almost a year ago, too. Plus, Pupitar here should be able to deal with Togekiss.
Wow, she straight up asked us what her favorite color is now, too, guys. What the hell even is this battle? It's more of a game show than anything else.
How about we talk about the fact that Togekiss has been on the field for like 3 turns now, Joe? And you haven't actually done 1 single damage point to it.
Well, that Stone Edge was pretty decent, Barry, although it somehow survived it, which is complete bullshit. There's no way it should have survived that.
Oh my god, and now it's spamming Draining Kiss to restore its health, and my second Stone Edge attack missed too. What the hell is even going on now?
You'll get it again, Joe, don't worry. This Flying White Pancake has pretty good defenses, so this is to be expected.
If I was the one battling, though, Obama, then I'd have revived Mr. Mime and used Thunderbolt since that move is probably better, and we could get a Paralyze on Togekiss, too.
Okay, well, you're not battling Donald, so shut your mouth and watch now as her last Pokemon dies and it's a goddamn cake.
Technically speaking, Joe, it's a ball of icing or whatever you want to call it, but it does turn into a cake when you Gigantamax it.
And speak of the devil here is said cake. This thing looks even more ridiculous now, and somehow it's Opal's ace Pokemon, too.
The cake just roared at me as well, which was super weird. I bet the designers were high as hell when this thing got made, LMALM.
And that move left us with 16 health points left, Joe, so looks like another Pokemon is going to die, and now she's gone and asked you her age, too.
And Joe is being sweet and said she's 16 years old, but we know that's what he wishes.
Hey, listen, Donald, it's never nice to remind an old woman her age, so I was being polite, and also I did that to throw her off whilst her cake gets crushed.
The only thing that got crushed right now was Pupitar Joe. So yeah, this battle is basically going like the others. With the amount of Pokemon you're getting killed, Joe.
All right, well, I have no idea what to do now, boys, so I'm going to send out Umbreon and see what it can do. I know our blue shiny doggo will sweep this thing.
All we have really to use is Shadow Ball, Joe, and even that isn't doing much, so why don't you just Gigantamax already, you fool?
I think he's waiting for the cake's Gigantamax to end, Donald, so we have an easier chance of sweeping it, but yeah, Joe, you might as well go big now, you know.
And exactly as I planned, the cake went small, so now I have a chance of beating this thing. See, Donald, my strat was a real one, wasn't it?
Considering you got 2 of our Pokemon killed, Joe, I wouldn't exactly call your strat good in any way, shape, or form.
This was all part of the plan, Donald, in my mind anyway. But now Umbreon is confused, which is just great, isn't it? I need to switch out.
And you went and sent out Dreepy, which is exactly what I told you not to do. You big buffoon Joe, why do you do this?
Hey, Dreepy needs the experience Obama because this thing takes 1 billion years to evolve. So how about you look at it from that angle?
Well, you both have points, but with Dreepy's ability, killing this Alcremie will be a lot easier, Obama, since Draining Kiss has been disabled now.
Man, you should have sent out Rillaboom from the beginning, Joe. Until Dreepy and Poopytar evolve, this guy's going to be the MVP for sure. Plus, in the next episode, we should have our final team member, too.
Oh yeah, that's right, everyone. In episode 9, you'll all get to see our final team member, and some of you already know who it'll be. But for those who don't, we won't spoil it for you.
And here comes Gigantamax Rillaboom, everyone. The goated monkey is here to sweep this cake thing off the face of the planet now.
I mean, you could have done this right from the get-go, Joe, and we'd have been done and probably already in the next town right now, but sure, whatever, play like a fool.
Hey, at least he didn't lose the battle barrier, which I think is the most important thing about this episode, LMFAO. And now we have 6 gym badges, boys.
Yeah, that is the most important thing, and now I really need my nap, guys. I feel completely zonked out after dealing with 2 gym battles in one episode.
Well, I feel zonked out after watching how you battle Joe. That's exhausting enough for me, you know, but well done, I guess. Donald's right, we're 6 gym badges in and only need 2 more to take on Leon.
Hey, boys, I just realized the Galar region doesn't have an Elite Four in it. There's only gym battles, and then Leon isn't it.
Kind of yes, Donald, but we're not the only one competing. And remember, after getting 8 gym badges, we don't actually battle Leon right away, but that's going to be a surprise for people who don't know.
And on that note, guys, thank you for watching the episode. Please remember to like and subscribe if you haven't, and check out our other videos below.
Oh, dear Lord Opal is still talking to us, boys. But yeah, as Joe said, thanks for watching, guys, and please become a member if you want to help support the channel so we can continue making videos.
She teleported us Donald, which was nice of her. But yeah, expect part 9 to come out within a week, everyone.
Guess who's back? Back again. It is I. I am back.
If that was meant to be you rapping that Eminem song, Jizzy Joe, then Jesus Christ, you don't deserve to wear those gold chains.
In his defense, Barry, we don't want to get a copyright strike or anything bad again, so it's best if he raps like garbage. But anyway, welcome to the video. Everyone remember to hit that like and subscribe button.
Yeah, boys, we're almost 10 episodes in, and today I hope Joe will make it to the city with the 7th gym today. I bet Jizzy Joe will clean up in that place faster than normal Joe, too.
Oh, trust me, Barry, man, I'm back and primed to wreck the gym leaders. Whoever the 7th guys will feel my wrath. And would you two mind telling me what the hell is going on here?
I think Bede was just attacked by Opal. I did not see that one coming, boys. I think she needs to be locked up with the key thrown away.
Well, it seems she's now questioning him, Donald. This woman is indeed batshit insane, and I agree she should be thrown into the distortion world with the portal key thrown away.
Hey, don't stick her with Giratina for eternity. Poor guy wouldn't want some mad women climbing all over him and dressing him up with pink colors.
Talking of mad, here is Sonia, which Obama is about to be mad about as usual. Although she do be looking quite ravishing today, if I do say so myself, LMFAO.
Hey, I think there was just an explosion, Joe, so you better protect my dear Sonia. She must be protected at all costs.
It was probably some Gigantamax Pokemon in a battle berry calmed down. I would have thought those kind of sounds would be common in Galar with all the Pokemon going giant size like that.
That could also be true, Joe, but I don't think that sound was one of a Gigantamax Pokemon and more like a bomb going off or something. But hey, it's not like Chairman Rose has an underground power plant that could explode at any point, is it?
Hold that thought, Donald. But anyway, Leon has showed me to see what's going on, too. So I guess he's just wandering about, doing nothing as usual.
He's doing more than our rival ever is, though. I bet the guy still has weak-ass Pokemon like always. I wonder if any of his Pokemon even evolved since the last time I battled him.
Some have, Joe, but looks like we're going to meet him outside the town for a battle so you can see for yourself which new Pokemon he has, not that it should be a challenge for you anyway.
Well, the next gym definitely won't be difficult, so I guess I could use this battle with Hop as a warm-up one. Although I bet I'd break more of a sweat if I battled a level 1 Magikarp.
And his first Pokemon is a Trevenant from the Kalos region. A solid Pokemon, actually, and it's a ghost and grass type as well.
Okay, I can't even remember him having this since the last time we battled him, but either way, it's an easy Pokemon for us to take out, especially with Mr. Mime.
Hey, Hop just said the way I battle reminds him of Leon, which is clearly not true because I'm far superior than Leon ever is and ever will be too. Leon doesn't even have 1 gold chain whilst I have 5.
Okay, and his second Pokemon he has now is a Heatmer, a solid Pokemon from the Unova region. I swear this guy has Pokemon from almost everywhere by the looks of it.
Heatmore is a good Pokemon, yeah, Donald, and its stats are pretty good right away since it doesn't evolve. Although it would be cool if they gave it one.
He has a team of 5 Pokemon now, though, and the last time I battled him, he had like 3. At least our boy here is developing his team and using pretty decent Pokemon, too, unlike the other rivals we faced.
We need people to make a list of some of the best rivals in the Pokemon series, boys. I think Blue would probably be at the top of that.
Yeah, Blue would definitely be at the top of that list, Donald, and then I'd maybe put Hugh or Barry next. They're both pretty decent rivals as well.
Hey, check it out, you two. I am really cleaning up in this battle. Hop evolved his small electric doggo into that Bolton, which was weak as hell anyway.
My blood pressure is always lower when Jizzy Joe is in the videos, Obama. I don't know about you. It always feels good to know we will actually win some battles, LMAO.
True that, Donald, I agree. And our Mr. Mime has literally taken out his entire team with the move pool we have on it. And I think we have you to thank for that, too.
Okay, well, you spoke too soon, Obama. I blame its death on you. But either way, we'll still win.
We always have Rillaboom to clean up any spilt milk, boys. It's definitely going to be the MVP of this game for sure. And then when we've beaten every game, we should make a video showing off the best Pokemon we used.
Actually, Donald, we have a plan for a different type of video when this series is done, which we'll release to members first. So if you want to have a sneak peek, then consider joining the channel.
Hey, I don't know anything about this video, Obama, so you better give me heads up about it so I can start writing out the script.
Unfortunately, Jizzy Joe will probably have your counterpart dumbass in that video since we will need to hear his ridiculous opinions, which is actually a little clue about what that video will be.
And I think that's a good point for you to stop talking, Donald, before you give anything else away. And instead we can talk about the fact that we just got sat on by a Snorlax.
Yeah, our man here has a Snorlax now too, and if the normal Joe was here, then I'd have made some joke about how they're both the same since all they do is sleep.
And with that, I just beat our rival yet again, everyone. What a clean sweep of a battle this was up until Barry jinxed my ass, and now we have to go revive Mr. Mime.
And in other news, our Umbreon is learning Dark Pulse, which is a solid Dark-type move, although Umbreon has never been known to have good attacking stats.
Yeah, but did you see its special defense, Obama? It was mad high, just like how I'll be after this series is done with Joe playing.
Just to clarify, that's the other Joe and not your boy Jizzy Gangster Rapper Joe who's playing the game right now.
All right, I think Hop did you a solid and revived our team, so that was nice of him, and now the dude is telling us to head to the next town, being Circhester, where our next gym badge is.
And with that slick transition, we're already almost here, boys. I want to head straight into that gym with Rillaboom and destroy it, Jizzy Joe.
Yeah, I want to do that too, Obama. I feel like there's nothing else for us to do here, but if we have missed any cool items or anything of interest, then please leave a comment below.
And talking of comments, we have to give a shout out to the viewer in the last episode who gave us the coolest fact in our opinion.
That's right, Donnie, and the shout out for this video goes to Ryuga527 with this fact about spiky-eared Pikachu being one of the rarest Pokemon ever.
It's so rare that I haven't even heard about it, Obama, so could one of you please tell me some information about it whilst we get on with this gym challenge?
I can tell you about it, Joe, since I have like 100 of them in my Pokemon bank storage system, and don't even ask how I did that because it's confidential.
Okay, sweet, we just got a moon ball from the ball guy who's always a pleasure to deal with, but yeah, go on, Donald. Please tell us about spiky-eared Pichu.
Well, Barry, it was only ever available in Heart Gold and Soul Silver with an event, and you can't even trade it out of there, so that's what makes it even rarer.
If you can't take it out of those games, Donald, then how did you get it into your Pokemon bank storage system?
I told you not to ask me questions about it, Joe, because it's all off the books confidential stuff, bro. And that also concludes my TED Talk on spiky-eared Pikachu.
And now we can begin the gym challenge, boys. So basically, in this challenge, for the people who couldn't be bothered to read everything, all we have to do is not fall into the pitfall traps.
And you go and jinx me again, Barry, with your comments. The first thing I go and do is fall into one, but at least this shows everyone following along what not to do.
Oh yeah, we've seen so many people comment that they've been playing the game along with us. But please bear in mind, this isn't a walkthrough and we're not very good at the game either.
Yeah, if anything, we ask the viewers for tips about the game since most of them know way more than we do, but it's still all fun in the end.
And the first trainer in this gym has a boulder, a solid Pokemon, and when it evolves into a Gigalith, it's even cooler.
Gigalith is definitely a cool Pokemon, Joe, but there is nothing cool about Pokemon getting stuck behind trade evolutions, especially if you have no friends.
Yeah, and the only friends we have are each other and Joe, and I don't trust Donald to trade the Pokemon we want to evolve back with us.
Well, apparently Jizzy Joe is navigating just as well as normal Joe does with all the falling he's doing in the gym right now.
Hey, I made it past the first section, didn't I, Donald? So you got to cut me some slack here, bro. I think I did really well there, you know.
Well, that was only the first stage, Joe, and now this one is even bigger, look. You're going to have to navigate and take it all really slow so we don't end up going back to the start.
And as you said, all that, Barry, he fell down 2 holes in a space of about 10 seconds. So, yeah, this is going to go well, isn't it?
Oh my God, this is so frustrating, boys. And it doesn't help that I have you two blabbering in my ears telling me what to do.
That's because you're trash at navigating, dude. I told you in the beginning you got to take it nice and slow to begin with. Otherwise, we'll be here all day.
At least he's made it to the next trainer battle, Barry, and this time we're battling a Crustle, which is a Pokémon from the Unova region. Seelan had this in the anime, and it was as solid as a rock.
Certainly wasn't as solid as a rock, Donald. I one-shot it with Energy Ball like it was nothing. But I still like the Pokémon.
The one thing I like about this whole gym, guys, is the fact that none of the opponents have the sturdy ability, which means we aren't wasting time with these battles.
Yeah, please stop talking, Obama, because you've probably gone and jinxed that as well now.
All right, trainer battle number 3 in the gym. And let's see what our boy Oliver has here.
Oh, hey, Joe, you got to be careful with this Pokemon because even though it's a rock type, it's also a fire type too, which means our monkey could get taken out.
Thanks for that heads up, Obama, but I doubt this particular one is the one we'll need to worry about. I have a feeling the gym leader will have one of these to counter grass-type Pokemon.
Well, you say that, Joe, but it won't do very well against water types, so I bet the gym leader will have something interesting in store for us.
And here we go again with the falling down, boys. This is seriously starting to get old, now you know.
Well, maybe if you'd pay more attention to the dowsing rods, Joe, this wouldn't be happening as often. They're literally warning you where each hole is, yet you keep falling into them.
Okay, wow, he made it finally, but this last sector is the absolute worst, guys. There's like this sandstorm covering the whole thing, which means Joe will be falling a lot as usual.
Well, it's not helping that I have these super cool sunglasses on, boys, but I can't take them off, otherwise I'll look like a peasant.
It's either look like a peasant for a few seconds, Joe, or spend the rest of your life falling down into these holes.
You keep saying holes, Obama, and it's reminding me of that stupid book we had to read in English class, remember? About that guy who was sent into the desert to dig holes for some reason.
Hit the like button if you read that book too and know what we're talking about. That book literally made me want to find a cliff and jump off it.
Hey, I actually liked that book a lot, boys. The world building and everything in it was so good, and I really connected with the characters, too.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't you, Obama, LMFAO? But anyway, Joe finally found a trainer in this sandstorm, so let's clean up this one too, buddy.
Yep, Trainer Wendy here sent out another awesome Pokemon being Sudowoodo, but sadly it's going to die just like all its brethren in here.
Oh, for God's sake, here we go with Sturdy. Me and my big mouth is at it again with the jinxing. I must have psychic powers or something, boys.
And that rock slide actually did a significant amount of damage to us, Obama, so once again, thanks to you, we're losing.
It's fine, Donald. I'll get it now with another energy ball. And hopefully after this trainer, we won't have any more to deal with except the gym leader.
I'd maybe swap out Energy Ball for a more physical attacking move, Joe, since our attack on Rillaboom is much higher than our special.
That's the most useful thing you've said in this entire video, Obama. Holy hell. But yeah, Jizzy Joe, you better get on that. And if you don't, then I can always call up the Russians to swap some moves out.
I'm really struggling to get through here, Donald, let alone worry about what moves to teach Rillaboom right now.
Well, you're actually listening to me, Joe, and following what the dowsing rods are showing you. So hopefully all the falling is over for now.
Oh my God, we've almost made it through this god-awful gym puzzle, everyone. This has to be in the top 3 worst gym puzzles in any Pokemon game ever.
Hey, that's a good question for the viewers too, Donald. Please leave a comment below letting us know which gym puzzle you think is the worst out of every game.
Hell yeah, guys, I did it. We've made it to the end, and now it's time to take on the gym leader, who I still have no idea what his name is.
Well, we're about to find out, Joe, so let's get the show on the road and crush him with Rillaboom. And then we'll get our 6th gym badge, I think.
Okay, so this guy is called Gordy, apparently, boys, and looks like he's also trying to upstage you with those sunglasses.
First of all, that's not how you pronounce his name, Obama. And second of all, this guy looks like something from Terminator.
Yeah, I think we can all agree here who has the better fashion sense in this gym battle, as well as whose Pokemon is the strongest too.
Well, his first Pokemon is in fact weak to grass and 8 times weak as well, since that Barbracle Pokemon is water and rock type.
And what a great way to start this gym battle off, Jizzy Joe. We one-shot that Barnacle thing into oblivion, but now let's see what he has in store for us.
Okay, Mr. Terminator dude has sent out a Shuckle. I never expected a gym leader to use one of these, but here we are.
And as expected, it managed to tank our Energy Ball Joe. This Pokemon has God-tier defenses stats, and then if you combine it with Trick Room, it's pretty nasty.
I highly doubt the gym leader will have a trick room, Shuckle Donald, and if it did do that, then its defenses would be weak, meaning we could easily one-hit KO it.
Well, this next move should be enough to deal with Shuckle Boys, which means we're 3/4 of the way through this battle.
We're halfway through the battle, Joe, you dummy. Like normal Joe Biden, Jizzy Joe can also apparently not count to 4.
At least he can battle like a proper champion, Donald, unlike normal Joe, who battles worse than youngster Joey.
Hey, hang on a sec, boys. This stone Pokemon thing just used Wonder Room, and I missed the message telling us what it does.
Something to do with swapping the defense and special defense around Joe. It's probably not a big deal considering you took that guy out in one move.
And look what his last Pokemon is, Joe. I told you the gym leader might have one of these Fire Rock type things. And you didn't listen.
And it's level 42 as well. It's stronger than our entire team, but I doubt I'll lose to this thing, even though I know he's going to Gigantamax it.
And you decide to let your ego get the better of you, Jizzy Joe, and you decide not to Gigantamax whilst you let the gym leader.
Yeah, I agree with Donald Joe. You should have maybe Gigantamaxed earlier unless you're doing the strat of waiting a turn or two.
Have faith in me, boys. I got this. And did you see how much damage Rillaboom did to that Colossal in normal form?
That's fine, Joe, but please Gigantamax Rillaboom. We know you're a good trainer and all that, but I wouldn't risk it.
Nah, I trust Jizzy Joe to do the right thing, Donald. We're almost done here, and he's not stupid enough to let all our hard work go to waste.
Okay, I'll listen to you both since your blabbering will only piss me off, and also Rillaboom was about to get taken out too.
I feel like out of every Pokemon on our team so far, we've seen Rillaboom Gigantamax the most because it's just so goated.
Wow, and that Colossal somehow survived that hit too. I swear I'll be annoyed if Gym Leader uses a Hyper Potion or something.
Nah, he's just trying to take us out with Fire-type moves, even though this is a Rock-type gym, which makes no sense. I swear the last guy we battled was the Fire Leader of Galar.
Okay, and he did in fact take out Rillaboom, which I didn't see coming, holy hell. So now what's the plan, Joe?
Well, we have our trusty old shiny Pupitar to deal with this cold Pokemon thing. To be honest, I thought we could have won the battle with Rillaboom too.
Well, it's not your fault the gym leader was having an identity crisis, Joe, and decided to become the second Fire-type leader of Galar.
And that concludes the battle, boys. Well done, Jizzy Joe. You dealt with this gym the best you could, and we're glad to have our 6th or 7th gym badge now, too.
Yeah, I think this guy was the 6th gym leader of the Galar Region, Donald, which means we only have 2 left. I don't know if I'll be here for them, but let's enjoy this W.
AW indeed. Joe, well done. You proved you're the better trainer than this idiot gym leader, and also you do definitely have better fashion sense than him as well, LMAO.
Okay, and with that, let's end the episode here, everyone. So thank you for watching, and please remember to hit the like and subscribe button.
Yeah, I hope you all enjoyed my appearance in the episode, and hopefully I'll be back again soon. This game is really fun.
And it seems like Sonia wants to see us too, so that's the first thing we'll be doing in part 10. Everyone, check out the playlist in the description if you want to see our other content too.
All right, everyone, here we go, jumping right into part 10 of Pokemon Sword, and we have Sonia looking as beautiful as ever on our screens.
And I'm back today too, everyone, so I hope you all miss me. Apparently Jizzy Joe took over in the last episode, whatever that was about. But it seems we're kicking this episode off in a steakhouse.
That's right, Joe. Here we are in a steakhouse. And please also remember to like and subscribe as well. Everyone, to help us grow the channel. We're almost at 20,000 subscribers.
That is an insane number for us, and we hope to reach it very soon. But in other news, I have, in fact, got the last member for our team, boys.
Yeah, to the few people who were waiting for the final team member, we're sorry it took this long, but we hope you'll all enjoy it when you see it.
I think we're going to see it soon, Donald. But anyway, Sonia is taking us around Circhester here to learn more about the ancient heroes and the Sword and Shield Pokemon too.
As much as we love her, she does love to talk, and we don't have time for that since we have to become the champions of yet another region.
Okay, well, before we leave Donald, this guy can teach Draco Meteor to one of our Dragon-type Pokemon, and since Dreepy is the weakest, he's going to learn it.
Oh yeah, Draco Meteor is a solid move, Joe, except it can lower our special attack a lot, so be careful when using it.
Hey, Joe, how about you show everyone the new Pokemon we have for the team up close? I think that would be nice.
Okay, well, here it is, everyone. This is Dracovish, and we were requested to give it a nickname by someone a long time ago whose friend was sick. So if that viewer is still watching, then please let us know.
Yeah, we haven't forgotten about that viewer, except we did forget the nickname, which I personally blame Joe for.
One thing I'd like someone to tell us about is what the hell is the purpose of all these shapes? Like, what do they even achieve?
Yeah, I'd also like to know that, Donald, if I press the X button, that allows me to change the markings, but I have no idea what it does.
Oh yeah, one of our other Pokemon evolved in between the last episode and this one, which I'm sure Joe will be happy to show off later as well.
Some people probably saw it as I was switching between the menus, but anyway, boys, I think it's time we bounce and head on to Spikemuth City, where our 7th gym badge is.
Yes, Spikemuth is the dark-type gym, and I can give you some interesting facts about that place if you both want to hear them.
You're going to tell us anyway, Donald, so why bother asking in the first place?
Because I'm a gentleman, and yeah, I'm going to tell you anyway. So the first fact is the Spikemuth gym doesn't allow you to Dynamax in it.
Oh yeah, I heard about that in the anime, Donald. Apparently there isn't a power spot there or something to that effect, which is why no one really goes there to begin with.
And talking of Spikemuth, here are some of its residents causing trouble as usual, and it seems these two hooligans want to make this Pokemon swim.
Well, I'm about to make them swim with the fishes if they keep this Pokemon abuse up Barry. I'll chuck them in that ocean and hope a Sharpedo eats them.
Okay, well, they want to battle us now, and this is a good chance to show off Dracovish to everyone. Its shiny form is all dark gray and looks really neat.
Yeah, except it's weak as hell, Joe, and only has Bite as its strongest move. The other 3 moves aren't very helpful, considering Dracovish is more of a physical attacker.
Yeah, well, this fellow has the strong jaw ability Barry, which means biting moves do way more damage. So all we really need is Crunch, and it would be cool if there was a move called Dragon Fang or something too.
That would be cool, Joe, except the Dragon Fang is an item to boost Dragon-type moves, although I see your point. It's a bit weird this guy has strong jaw, but no stab moves to back it up with.
There's probably a reason for that, Donald. It would be quite broken if it had strong jaw and then a stab move on top of that too.
Okay, well, whilst you battle this fool Joe, how about we give a shout out to the viewer with a cool Pokemon fact from the last episode?
That's right, Barry, and the winner without a doubt for this shout-out is Bananian1337 with this absolutely outrageous fact about Golisopod and Graplox eating each other.
All right, yeah, that fact is straight out of an R-rated movie or something. I did not expect that level of violence from a Pokemon game of all things.
Oh, hey, look, it's our newly evolved Pokemon, everyone. Mr. Rhyme, which Joe evolved by mistake off screen, but here it is anyway.
Okay, thank you, Obama, for interrupting our shout-out, but if you'd like to get a shout-out in the next episode, then please keep these Pokemon facts coming, except this time, we'd like some facts about legendary Pokemon.
Yeah, that's right, we love legendary, so please drop us some facts about your favorite ones. And now these grunts have been dealt with, we can finally move on towards Spikemuth.
Okay, so this is a new feature in these games in which Rotom can now possess bicycles, and we can use them as boats, which I think is silly.
Yeah, if they added this in, then we should have got a Rotom Bicycle as an actual Pokemon to use in battle. It could have been Electric Steel or something I don't know.
Hey, that would have been pretty cool, actually, Donald. Nice idea, except a bicycle as a Pokemon probably wouldn't have gone down too well with the fans.
Oh my god, it's a Graplock Joe. Get away from this thing before it eats our whole team, holy hell.
Yeah, those things actively chase us whilst we're out on the water, which is enough for me to say a big nope to being here.
Okay, well, thankfully we didn't need to stay out on the water for too long, although you could have maybe done a little exploring or something, Joe.
I think he wants to just get to Spikemuth as quick as possible, Barry, which I don't blame him for. It's probably the worst gym in the series, but Pierce, who's the leader, is actually quite strong.
Okay, well, here we are, guys. I made it, but Marnie has shown up first, and she wants to battle us. The only person who we've considered as our actual rival in this game.
Yeah, Marnie is cool, Joe, and she's leading off with a Leopard, a Pokemon from Unova, and one which we think is absolute trash.
Well, she's quite confident she's going to beat us, Joe, so don't mess this up, please. You should use this as the warm-up battle for the gym.
Well, I think this is the perfect time to show everyone how good Mr. Rhyme is Donald, since we have Dazzling Gleam on it, which is super effective to these fools.
It's a good Pokemon, Joe, except its defenses are not the best. So just be careful how you use it. Pokemon with high attack stats tend to have low defenses, in my opinion.
Yeah, but look how adorable he is with his Tippy Taps Obama. He's dancing away like this battle is High School Musical or something.
Oh, I love that movie series, Donald. I know all the lyrics to every song in it.
Oh, Jesus, well, don't tell Jizzy Joe that. He's into gangster rap, which I think would conflict with High School Musical.
And I'd like to point out that Leopard was on the field for way longer than it should have been, Joe. That Pokemon is so annoying and could have taken us out if you weren't careful.
Yeah, I know, Donald, but from here on out, it's going to be smooth sailing for us. This Scrafty, along with everything else, is going to be sent to the void.
Wow, well, for once, Joe, you actually meant it, so good job. Now you just have to keep that momentum up with the other Pokémon.
Well, she has a Toxicroak now, boys. An awesome Pokemon for sure, and sometimes I wish Brock had evolved his Krogunk into one before the anime series ended.
His Krogunk was a part of the plot, though, Donald, since he stabbed him with Poison Sting whenever Brock started hitting on some random girl, LMFAO.
My favorite time when a Pokemon attacks a human is in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, where Lance gets his Dragonite to attack that Team Rocket guy in Mahogany Town in Johto.
Oh yeah, that was definitely the best. Lance got his Dragonite to blast that guy with a Hyper Beam, which should have killed him, but somehow didn't.
And I've beaten Marnie again, my boys. What an easy battle it was after her Leopard got taken out. I think this will be how the gym battle will go too, since dealing with dark types seems to be a cinch for me.
Right, well, we'll see about that, Joe. But anyway, here we are in the most depressing city in the history of Pokemon. I mean, just look at this place.
I love how the Pokemon Center is so bright and nice and normal, and even Nurse Joy looks happy, but as soon as we step outside, it looks like a goddamn slum.
Yeah, this is Peasant Central, Donald, but anyway, I'm going to swap Mr. Rhyme to the front of the party for this battle, and then we can get the gym challenge started.
Okay, as a viewer pointed out in the last episode when we asked about the worst gym puzzles, Joe, this one was up there for sure because it's literally just a straight line with some battles added in.
Yeah, it's quite dull, to be honest. There's a few double battles, I think, but other than that, this place is very boring.
And here we go. So yeah, Joe, this place can actually be very tough, so please don't go in with your usual cocky attitude like before, because if we lose, I'll be the one to battle Pierce.
Well, if all we'll be dealing with in this place is a bunch of Lanones like this one, then I don't think we have anything to worry about, is it, Donald?
Joe, just shut the hell up and win this thing, please. I will rage out at you, I seriously mean it, and a viewer even warned us about Pierce in the last episode, too.
Okay, well, one-shotting that Lanoon won't help Joe's attitude drop in the cockiness department, but anyway, it was a good start to say the least.
I'll just let Joe do whatever he wants, and when he inevitably messes this up, he'll be on a timeout for a few episodes, and he can go sit in the corner and think about what he's done.
The only person who's going to be sitting in the corner is Pierce Donald. The guy can't even Gigantamax you mentioned earlier, so this battle will probably be even easier.
Oh dear, well, for your sake, Joe, let's hope so. Now, after those two fools have done their cartwheeling, we can move on to the next section of this gym.
Yeah, this battle now is going to be the double battle which Obama mentioned earlier, Joe, so get ready. I think it's the final battle before the gym leader, too, actually.
Well, they only have one Pokemon each, Donald, so how hard can it be, really? We're battling a Drapion, which is a new one, but then they have another Leopard, which is my only threat.
Well, the good thing is both those moves you use can hit both Pokemon at the same time, which means we may be able to clean up in here rather quickly.
Let's hope so. And for the love of God, Joe, I hope you bought some revives and hyper potions and anything else you'll need for this gym battle.
Oh, look, the Drapion survived my hit, boys, but another shot should do it. And then you two can watch my crush Pierce like he's a pea in a pod.
He ignored your question, Barry, which means Joe either forget to stock up on items or he thinks he's some god trainer who can win anything without the right items to help back him up.
Well, I think we're about to find out how well he does, Donald, since it's time to finally battle the main man himself.
Looks like he's having a rock concert, guys, and I'm just going to have to cut him off for our battle. I bet he can't even sing either.
I literally can't hear any words coming out his mouth, so yeah, you're probably right, Joe. But anyway, let's get this show on the road.
I'd like to point out how his posture is absolutely terrible, too, by the way. He needs to stand up straight and stop rolling his shoulders.
I don't think he really cares, Obama. He's a gym leader, and you're just a loser to him, LMAO.
Technically speaking, Joe, I'm a multi-award-winning Pokemon champion from a number of regions such as Hoenn and Alola.
We all beg to differ about Alola, but sure, anyway, this battle is kicking off with the Scrafty, and Joe has sent out a Rock-type, the Idiot.
And that thing just lowered my attack too, but no need to worry, as Dawn says. I will still beat this yellow punk.
Oh, I can already tell this battle is going to be so annoying since that Scrafty started off by using Fake Out like that.
And now it's going to try kill us with Payback Joe. You got to be careful with Dark-type Pokemon because they always use sneaky, tricky moves like that one.
Okay, I'm probably going to die to this brick break now. Maybe sending out this guy was a mistake in hindsight.
Oh, no shit, Joseph, you big buffoon. And I know you don't have any revives either. Do you, so our Poopitar won't be getting any experience now.
Let's look at it from the positive side, Barry, since we get a free switch into Mr. Rhyme. At least who should be able to do a lot of damage here.
All right, but like I said earlier, it also has crap defenses, Donald, and knowing Joe, he would somehow get it taken out against a tackle attack or something.
Relax, Obama, go eat a banana or whatever it is you do when you get stressed out. And now I'm battling a Malamar, which I thought was a water type.
This Pokemon is from Kalos Joe and is pure evil. I remember that anime episode where they literally started mind controlling everyone to take over the world.
Donald, look at what just happened. The moronic idiot with an extra chromosome just got our star player in this battle taken out already.
Okay, yes, sending out a psychic type in this battle was also not the best move by me, but don't worry, Barry. This time I know for sure I'll win with the monkey.
I think you only took out Malamar since it was already close to death, Joe, but anyway, at least that thing is dead now.
Okay, his next Pokemon is an Obstagoon, which is the final evolution of the Lanoon line, I think. We haven't seen this Pokemon yet, Joe, so I can't tell you much about it.
It's okay, Barry. I know it's a dark type, and that's all I really need to know to win against this Badger thing.
Joe, you Muppet, I warned you about dark type moves. Now we just got hit with a counter and your favorite monkey is about to die.
And the Grassy Surge barely healed us at all. So whoever decided having this ability is good is clearly a fool.
Okay, that viewer who said this battle was tough was maybe right actually, but then again, we can't be 100% sure since this is Joe playing.
Okay, now, this is starting to get a little bad since our MVP Pokemon Monkey got taken out. And now I have no idea what to do.
Well, Joe, if it helps, we always have Umbreon to come out and save the day since it's a dark type itself, so his moves won't do much damage to us.
I knew this battle would go like this, but no one ever listens to me. Plus, I think Joe barely did any useful training before this battle, which hasn't helped us.
That Grassy Surge has healed so much of that Obstagoon's health already, so yeah, that ability is garbage and needs to be changed down.
Wow, that stomp attack did absolutely nothing to Obstagoon, and it was a critical hit too. How the hell are we supposed to win against this thing?
Time to pray to our Lord Almighty Arceus Donald. He's your favorite Pokemon, so put in a good word for us, would you please?
Arceus would probably look at Joe and roll his red eyes at him. I mean, if I was him, I'd definitely do that.
Okay, this is good, boys. I got the paralysis on Obstagoon, which means he might not be able to attack us.
Wow, you finally beat it, Joe. This guy was tough for sure, but I think without Rillaboom's ability, this would have gone a lot quicker.
Yeah, we know Barry, but actually I am pretty sure it's helped us out before, and maybe it boosts grass-type moves as well as healing.
Okay, Joseph, this Skuntank is his last Pokemon, I think, and we barely have any left ourselves. No thanks to you, so please don't lose.
Right now, this is a 1.5 Pokemon battle since we have this Dracovish who's almost dead and then Umbreon.
Okay, so Dragon Breath did absolutely nothing to Skuntank, boys, and I thought we'd get a little more damage in than that, and now we're getting poisoned.
Yeah, the guy isn't even bothering to use Dark-type moves against us, Joe. He's resorted to using Poison-type ones, and Toxic is really annoying, too.
All right, this is it, boys, the final run. We only have Umbreon left, which, as you mentioned earlier, is a dark type itself, so should be able to tank some hits.
And on top of that, Joe, it has godly defenses to boot, so I'm quite confident we'll win. Although the guy did take out every other team member of ours.
And the little guy loves us so much he avoided that Screech attack. But not surprisingly, we have no moves that will do effective damage.
Yeah, at this point, Donald, I just got to keep hammering away at the guy until his skunk thing faints. It's the only option we really have at this point, isn't it?
Oh, well, would you look at that. Our Umbreon loves us so much, the little fellow managed to get a critical hit in.
Okay, it's official, boys. Umbreon is now the MVP of this game after that. Even Rillaboom, who we've had from day one, doesn't love us as much as this guy or girl, I should say.
And that's how it's done, boys. It was definitely the most difficult battle we've had in a long time, actually, but at least we got our 7th gym badge now.
Yep, Joe, we have 7 down and 1 to go. The next gym leader is Raihan 2 with his dragon types, and for the love of God, will you please evolve Dreepy before we battle him?
Hey, look, we got a uniform perfect for you, Barry LMFAO, but anyway, yeah, he has a point, Joe. That Dreepy needs some major training right now.
I'll get on that, too. I don't think we're going to be battling Raihan for a while, though, since we have the story to finish first, and we also don't officially know who the bad guy is either.
Joe, this game has been out for like 12 billion years, bro, so if anyone still doesn't know who it is, then they can't blame us for spoiling it.
And we just got the TM for Snarl, which is probably something we'll never use. And on that note, how about we wrap this episode up, boys?
Good idea, Barry. So thank you for watching, everyone. We hope you enjoyed part 10, and if you want to help support our channel, then please consider becoming a member.
Oh, look, Leon has shown up to save the day, guys. But yeah, members of the channel get early access to our videos and sneak peeks of what's to come too.
Looks like we'll be off saving the world in part 11, everyone, so we shall see you all then. We hope you have a lovely day with whatever you're doing and expect a compilation episode to come out next.